What is up, everybody? I'm here with the good old Swami. We just fucking hanging out tonight, man. It's bro, 2020. It can get fucked at this point. I think it looks like we're on the verge of civil war, possibly World War III. How's things in Canada?
Well, we haven't started cordoning off certain areas of the city for just anarchists yet. It hasn't gotten to that point yet. Uh, we haven't turned little parts of Vancouver into the Sudan yet. So it's kind of
I
like,
got you. I thought it was funny just taking and reading about what's going on over there. They don't like authority and fuck government. They've set up their own fucking government basically. They've got their own fucking police force over there. It's like, wait a minute, weren't you just rioting against this shit? What the fuck is going on with this, man?
I thought it was like, from what I've heard, it's kind of like a Republican's wet dream. There's no law or order, and it's like everyone gets to do whatever they fucking want, and government stays out of your fucking business. I said in the past, I've got a lot of libertarian friends, a lot. I've had libertarian friends since I've been 14 years old because I started back in the day. You remember MySpace and all that shit? I started meeting a lot of Americans who were libertarians, and I was like an impressionable 14-year-old, and they were talking about their libertarian. Like, oh, libertarians were very much like you guys in the socialist community, except for this and this and this. And it just dawned on me that all libertarians were to me were anarchists who want police protection for their good. As well as it's like, and then they start saying, oh, well, we don't want police. We want to be able to like have a private task force or stuff like that. They talk about. So it was like saying, kind of like Afghani tribalism, like certain areas would be protected by only the rich would have like an elite force that would protect their properties, while the rest of everybody else would be like, anarchy and chaos.
So it might as well be in middle-aged fiefdoms again. Then,
yeah,
with the lords being able to take and raise their own army and protect their own crops and shit like I've never understood that mindset really, because it's like you got to have some sort of governance just to take and keep things in between the lines, because if not, you get like what happened in the Middle Ages, where you got a king somewhere and he's got lords that he's appointed, but basically if you weren't born a noble, you're fucked. Which that's kind of how it is now. If you're not born basically wealthy, you're fucked.
Yeah, well, what I'm seeing right now, from what I've seen, and it's going on in Canada too. We're having some protests and some minor riots and things like that. Nothing too crazy. Nothing being just like burnt to the ground. But there's been some small instances of looting. But
well, y'all flip cars over up there if you're in NHL teams lose, right? I mean, that's kind of how.
Well, what we've seen in the past. This is really, it's nothing that's scary or anything like that. The only thing that I have issue with is that everyone was complaining when the right wingers were doing their protesting, which I was one of the people complaining about. I thought it was stupid. We were laughing about it and saying, oh, well, they should sign over a paper that says, do not resuscitate if you get COVID or shit like that. But then everyone kind of shut their mouth when everybody else is doing it. And I was like, you can't have it both ways. If you don't want people gathering in large groups, it means you don't want people gathering in large groups no matter what. I understand this situation is actually a true grievance of a situation. Like, it's something that's actually serious and needs to be called out. And because of what's been going on, they actually have been making some change. If you've seen, there's been a lot of law changes. No more no knock warrants, shit like that. So that's been cool.
Yeah, it's I thought it was kind of interesting too, with the way it's like, everybody, like you said, they made fun of the right wing people for basically wanting fucking haircuts, going up there. You're treading on my liberty and stuff like that. And it's just like well, and then this happens, and I understand the reason why. I really do, because what we watched a fucking murder happen on the streets.
Yeah, 8.5 minutes standing on someone's neck. It wasn't even murder. It was murder torture. It was like tortured to death. Like, the guy ended up going from one point to telling a dude to get the fuck off his neck to at the end just pleading for his fucking life, literally begging and pleading for his life at the end, and slowly snuffed the dude out. It was fucked up. I couldn't really watch the whole thing. I had to watch it in bits because it just made me so fucking uncomfortable. I'm not like one of those people that can watch someone die. I remember when that video came out about like 8 years back or 9 years back when there was like the Iraq War first kind of started. And the guy, and David Pearl, I think his name was, or whatever, they showed him getting his head cut off.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch that.
I couldn't either. That's just, yeah. Cheers to the wife and to Blake. Thanks for joining, and for the other 2 people that are lurking. I appreciate it. We're if you don't like politics, probably just going ahead and leave now, because we're very political. So it's inevitably going to take and stay steered that way, probably for the most part.
Well, we'll have some fun with the politics too. I try to make it. I don't want to make light of subjects, but I try to add some humor into the subjects. So I do know
this.
Yeah.
After going on 3 weeks now worth of this shit, the news medias are taking in. Look, we understand the cops at this point. We understand that there's a problem. They don't like black people. We understand that there's systemic racism that's built into the system. You don't have to show every fucking example of how the fuck it exists. At this point in time, I'm ready to set myself on fucking fire and throw myself off the fucking cliff.
Well, I had a bunch of I don't want to call them racist people. I want to call them more ignorant people that just, they're good people, but they're just ignorant and they don't really want to learn or know what's going on. But a lot of them will send me documents saying, well, look, police have been shooting more white people than black people. And then I'll tell them, it'll show a number, like it'll say like this year police shot 422 white people comparison to 290 black people. But then you got to tell them, like, yeah, but the percentage of black people in the States is 15% of the net of the population.
Yeah, what part of that doesn't take in, you don't get, because 72% or 73% of the population is white. The rest of it's mixed between African American, Asian, and skin and stuff like that. So you got 13% of the population having 200 people being killed by the police. And you're like, well, the black people taken to actually kill more, a bit higher percentage of police. Well, what's that fucking tell you though about the policing methods for that to fucking happen?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It needs to. I'm not someone that's for banning the police. Like a lot of people are like going a little off hinge right now with banning the police. My brother-in-law is a cop. I know a lot of cops. I would say there needs to be a re-education or retraining of the police, and they need to be firing a shit ton of them, and especially the people at the top. Those guys need to be fired. The unions should be disbanded and reorganized and reshuffled.
Yeah, I think they need to do away with the unions altogether. Kind of like they need to do away with the teachers' unions, because you can have a shitty cop and then the fucking union will save his job in a heartbeat. And the thing is people, you can't take and defend the police, unfortunately, because you defend the police. You're a fucking racist. And it's like, bruh, look, there's bad apples everywhere. Yes, they should have been speaking up before now. We fucking understand that. But I agree. There needs to be some kind of reshuffling. They need to take and make the requirements for joining, maybe like have a 4-year degree, and make sure you have the training de-escalation.
There should be at least a 2-year political science major or something like that. You should have actually had to have at least gone to community college before becoming a cop. I think the States is the only place in the world where you just need a high school education in order to become a police officer, which a police officer, like, the job is very difficult. It's not something easy, It shouldn't be just for some brainless twat that used to play on the football team but couldn't make it to the NFL. Just because like you're big and bulky, you need someone that actually has some semblance of a mind, because you have to do detective work when you're a cop. You have to actually like listen, and you need to have de-escalation skills. You can't just be some meathead. Yeah,
you have to have critical thinking skills.
Yeah,
use deductive reasoning and stuff like that to take and get to the truth of matters.
Exactly. I know. Here in Quebec, we have different problems in my province where we don't have an external force that polices the police, and that's an issue that we have in our province that we've had for a very long time, where cops are pretty much above the law, and it's like because there's nobody to stop them from doing what they want to do. It's a strange thing. You guys have internal affairs, at least.
Yeah, but the internal affairs is the police policing the police. So it's kind of like, the fox watching the hen house. It really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. They need to have independent overview.
Yeah, there needs to be independent oversight that is actually separate from the government and separate from the police, and needs to be their own entity that can watch it. People, like an actual group of people, citizens, community organizers, priests. I don't care. I'm not religious, but actual teachers, people that work in the community. It should be like a group like that actually watches and does oversight. Some lawyers, some legal people, walks of all life, in order to just make sure that the police do what they're supposed to be doing, which is serve and protect. And
which here the courts have ruled that the police have no they're under no they have no culpability to protect you. They're not under any. They don't have to protect you, even though most of them, like you said, serve and protect. Real quick, Stephen Tuna said that media loves a protest because of the First Amendment, all but bitch about churches and religion is covered under the First Amendment. There's a lot of hypocrisy that you're seeing with the media right now, because they're going back to the whole with the whole COVID thing. Oh, they're taking and protesting this, and it's completely fucking different. Same point in time. It seems like that'd be like, hey, you need to wait on that, or taking, of course. And again, that plays into the whole narrative of if you've been telling us for how long you didn't care when we kneeled and blah 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 and stuff like that, which is right, but it shows kind of the uneven reporting that they'll take and do. So it's
at least maybe Colin Kaepernick will get a job this year in the NFL, which would be nice.
That would be cool to see, because everybody, he's disrespecting the flag. It's a fucking a dude that was in active duty special forces that told him to kneel because sitting was disrespectful. When kneeling, you're at least still paying respects, but it's your form of protest against what's going on.
Non-violent protest, and they gave him a bunch of shit. And like I said, I wasn't for the looting. A lot of people mistake it. I said I understand the looting. I understand why they did it. The first night I understood, and I can understand. Year after year, day after day. You know who did a really, really good video about this? And it's like the only celebrity that I would say that actually did something that was fucking poignant and fucking made sense. And if you saw it, the Dave Chappelle video came out with last.
846.
Yeah.
He's on point with that shit.
He's a fucking legend, that guy. The rest of these stupid twat celebrities did that dumbass videos. I'm sorry, I'll try it better. I was like, no one cares. Just fucking talk about your movie. Shut the fuck up. Like,
I'm just gonna say this now. I hate to see what's happened. I hate that we have the systems that we have in place do the way they do, because people that take it to this point go, oh, there's no such thing as systemic racism. You're a fucking idiot. Because I'll point you back from during the Reconstruction era of the United States. I'll point you to Jim Crow laws. I'll take and point you to even the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and how that took and affected the African American household, and then different policies that the American government's had in place and different localities have had in place since then.
We were talking
about people in poverty, so you can go get fucked with the whole systemic racism.
We were talking. A friend of mine. We were talking about redlining last week. We were talking about white flight, which is another thing that happens a lot. Redlining is where you're not letting Jews or blacks or Hispanics live in your neighborhood. You sign a paper with your neighborhood and tell them, like, don't sell to blacks, Jews, or Asians, or any minority groups. And then there's white flight, which means if blacks or other minority groups move into your neighborhood, everyone takes off and moves somewhere else, and they take their businesses with them and everything, and they impoverish that area.
I will say this. I've seen a lot of white people apologizing and them kneeling. Look, I hate what's going on. I hate what's happened. I'll take and stand beside you to make sure your voice is heard. I don't want to overtalk you. I will not fucking apologize for something I don't have any fucking hand in.
I know about that, Steve Tunis. He's saying the modern policing began with slave chasing, so helping rich people maintain their property, which is what they do now. But instead of protecting they are still protecting the rich, but they are also a fucking army for the government. which is to use against us to keep us in our place as well. So kind of like that.
Yeah.
There was a lot of really cool points at things that people were trying to do, which I really hope happens. They were saying that to stop a lot of these shootings and unnecessary brutalities, and this is for the whole spectrum, white people, black people, less on the side of shooting and killing, beating people, but more along the side of less aggravation and annoyance from the police, meaning less just being fucking hassled by the fucking man, that they no longer should be pulling us over to give us tickets, like speeding tickets and shit like that. These should all be done by an outside force that isn't the police, like your local meter maid or something like that is driving, that have a fucking system in their car where they can take a picture of your fucking license plate and kind of
send it in or whatever, and then you take
it in the fucking mail, man, and that's it. You know, deal. It's so dangerous for them to pull us over on the middle of the fucking highway, anyways, for some bullshit like your turn signal lights. Fucking.
Well, it also leads to a lot of like unethical policing, because they use that as a fucking reason. Oh, this gives me reasonable suspicion. No, it doesn't give me reasonable fucking anything, motherfucker. I just took him with speeding, and you caught me speeding. That doesn't mean that you have to take and check what the fuck's in my car. I've got fucking pot in here. It's fucking pot. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be asking what the fuck I got in my car, as long as I'm not acting fucking weird.
Nah. I just want to. I see Stephen Tunis asking. I want to, like. I don't mind. It's his channel, but I would say that I'd like to have a conversation with him for at least like 30, 40 minutes before he starts bringing people on, because we haven't had a chance to talk with each other once since I've known Alan. We've always had like 8 people just like having a good time getting wasted, and we wanted to kind of actually have a conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, because normally we're either shouting at each other or trying to talk over each other as we're trying to get our points across. Even though 90% of probably what we're going to talk about, we agree with on most things. Is probably the little nuanced things that we could get into that we probably might have some, disagreements on, but still, even
I had a guest on my show on Friday who's Rock God Whiskey Reviews, who's an insanely liberal guy. Like, he makes me look like a staunch fucking Reaganite. All right, like, it's weird. Like, and everyone knows I'm kind of left leaning. I don't like saying leftist because I'm not politically correct, so I don't like people calling me liberal. It pisses me off.
You're an independent thinker, just like I am. You probably have some conservative views and liberal stuff. So
I have a lot of socialist values, but I'm very, very anti-PC. It kind of gets on my fucking last nerve. So I had a guy, and we were discussing transgender issues and rights and stuff like that. I was politely explaining that I have no problem with transgenderism, and I believe in it. I believe in gender dysphoria, but I was stating that, I still believe that there's only 2 sexes, and sex is binary, meaning if there's a man that thinks they're a woman, that's fine. Then they're part of the binary of either a man or a woman. I don't believe in the whole spectrum bullshit. Like, it was like, that's very much about feelings and psychology, and it has really nothing to do with actual biology. So I said I have issues with that, and he took that really hard. Like, and I was very polite about that factor, but he was getting really ticked about that. He's like, how dare you? If someone feels like, one day they want to be a man or one day they want to be a woman, I'm like, I don't care. They have the right to feel that way. It doesn't mean that it's science. It just means that they feel that way, And,
and that's what I don't understand, is how we've gotten into the feelings-based science.
Yeah.
Because, people are like, oh, yes, I tell people all the time, they're like, oh, yeah, science has proved. No, science hasn't fucking proved. No. Psychiatrists are saying you need to take and do this or that. That's not fucking science, though. That's fucking philosophical reasonings, basically, on getting to the core human emotions of what makes people tick. That's not fucking science. That's guessing games.
Yeah, and I'm not an asshole. If some dude walks up to me and says, listen, I identify as a woman, so I'd like you to call me ma'am, I'd have no fucking problem calling you ma'am.
I don't know.
The only thing is, don't get mad at me if I accidentally call you sir when I first fucking meet you, because you look like a fucking sir. And like, that's where I get annoyed. Like, you'll see videos of people like,
that is ma'am.
And it's like, what the fuck, dude? You got a bigger dick than me. Obviously, I'm going to call you sir. All right. So until you tell me you're not sir, you're sir. But if you tell me, listen, my name is Brenda, and I identify as a woman. I'll be like, fine, man, have a good day. Like, it's no skin off my fucking cock. I don't care. It's not, I'm not one of these people that like, no, I refuse. Jesus will not let me. No, fuck, I don't give a fuck. If you want to be called fucking woman, you want to be called a duck-billed platypus, I'll call you a fucking duck-billed platypus. Fuck, man. But just don't get all fucking hierarchy and fucking where you look down on fucking people. I'm sorry.
On your high horse or whatever.
Yeah,
Don't
get
be
on a fucking high horse and berate me. If you berate me, then I'm gonna get pissed and tell you to go fuck yourself.
Exactly.
And then I'll pull a Allen and I'll fucking throat punch you, motherfucker.
Exactly. That'll take care of them.
Yeah,
that's damn sure. Yeah, my whole thing. Look, if you want to be called whatever, that's cool. Even if you take and get the surgery, I hate to tell you this, your chromosomes decide what the fuck you are. And if you're a dude, you're a dude. You're a woman, you're a woman. But if you want to, you're going to change your sex, I'll take and refer to you with the gender appropriate pronouns. That's your right to take and do that.
Yeah.
Who am I to take and go, oh, no, fuck that. This is the way you feel. Cool. I'm going to take it.
I just don't think it should be enacted into law, meaning that
fuck no.
Law you have to, or you can face legal repercussions. That's where I draw the line. I'm like, listen, we can't force people to believe in shit we want. We can guide people, we can talk to people, we can debate, we can discuss, we can explain, but we can't force. No one can be forced. There are certain things, yes, inalienable rights as a human being to be able to be safe. Those are law, all right? But for you to have a comfort zone, meaning like for you to just be comfortable, that's not law. That's, just society based. And we are allowed to have fucking assholes that make you uncomfortable in fucking life.
We need to have assholes and make people feel
I don't think we need to have them, but I'm saying you can't make it a law to stop someone from being an asshole. Like, I would be in prison for the rest of my fucking life if that was the fucking case. Like,
Well, I think we do need people that are assholes because the world is hard and everybody's trying to make it as soft as possible. They're trying to make it like, oh, if you get your feelings hurt, you got this pillow here and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, dude, life, I don't know what people are getting set up for fucking like real hard fucking truths once they get out of mom and daddy's house, or even once they decide, to take and see some actual reality away from the fucking echo chamber they keep themselves in. It's fucking world is hard. It's rough. It's full of fucking
echo chambers are the fucking worst thing ever. Twitter is fucking poison for the fucking mind. It's like, it's disgusting. And I can't stand this fucking bullshit where I can't be friends with people I choose to be friends with anymore. And it's like I have to be friends with a certain type of person. If not, no one will talk to me ever fucking again. Then don't fucking talk to me ever again. I will choose who I want to hang out with, speak to, and discuss with till I decide that I don't like them anymore. And I don't need people telling me who to be friends with and shit like that. And all these people are like in echo chambers. Like, I don't want to harp on them, but the worst of the worst people I know in that shit are the vegan community. Fuck, it's like just disgusting. At least right wingers, they know I'm fucking leftist and they'll fucking talk to me and chat with me, even though they're fucking idiots. And when I talk with them, I disagree with them almost 90% of the time. We can still maintain a quasi friendship, Lefty, like ultra lefties, fuck, I say one thing wrong and it's like I'm banned and canceled and it's over and I'm never speaking to you again. Fuck, and it's like it's a weird thing. I like debate. And I like making people uncomfortable. There's nothing that makes me happier in life than making someone uncomfortable. So.
I'd have never guessed that if you wouldn't have just said that. Like, you seem like the most agreeable person ever, Swami. Like, for real.
Talk to my wife. My wife, all her friends hate me. They've all blocked me on Facebook. Every single last one of them. They're like, how are you fucking married to this piece of shit? I'm like, yeah.
All right, I win. Woohoo.
I'm like, I never have to see your friends anymore? Fucking awesome. They're not coming up. They don't want to come over unless you're not here. I'm like, awesome. Thank you. That was
she must have some friends that are like diametrically like the opposite of the way you are or something. They just got some really, really thin fucking skin.
Oh, they're all the most annoying people in our. I don't think I think I've liked maybe 2 of her friends the entire time. But I think it's the same way with my friend. She doesn't like my friends either. But my friends don't care. They'll come over. They don't give a shit. They like my wife. Everyone loves my wife. I've never met someone that dislikes my wife. My wife is like the easiest fucking person in the world to get along with. Plus, she's adorable, so people just like her because she looks like a human doll. So,
Steven, I don't think it's extremes on both sides or why we can't ever get anything done. I think the fact of the matter is everything. If you're on the right, you're an extremist. If you're on the left, you're an extremist to each other's point of view. And that's the way things are viewed. So we don't take and have the open flow of ideas and, dialogue like we used to have, because everything's like, oh, you don't believe like this, you're fucking stupid. And that's it. You fucking cut out. And it don't matter if you're on the right or you're on the left. That's just how they fucking see things. And it's like, bro, you wonder why we are in the situation we're in right now. Like, for real.
I think I'm a lot more open-minded because in my youth I was extremely homophobic. I was raised by an Italian mom who would tell me all the time, if you end up gay, I'll never ever speak to you again, shit like that. And she had some, I wouldn't say she was racist, but she was xenophobic. She was from the old country. She was from Italy, so she didn't believe in the marrying of different races together and shit like that. I'll say that openly. She was elder, and I don't believe in that shit, but my mom was like that. So I think that's why I'm a little more open-minded and ready to discuss with people certain issues. And I won't say accept, but I'll tolerate someone's ignorance or lack of knowledge on certain subjects, because I understand not everybody was raised the same way or learned the same way. I was a complete homophobe till I got into about university when I was about 23 years of age, and I started going. I was an artist. I drew comic books and shit like that. I worked for Chaos and a bunch of other different comic book companies. And 90% of my classes were full of gay people. They were pretty much all gay men. So I ended up making a lot of gay friends during my university years. And that's kind of what changed my mind in that mindset, realizing, they're not freaks. They're not fucked up in the head. And your brother's gay. So I guess that kind of brought you in there too. So
but it's funny because I grew up homophobic and racist, both. I even had the Confederate flag sticker on my car, worked in a predominantly African-American neighborhood once I got old enough to work.
Mm-hmm.
My changes have come through life experiences, kind of like yours, or at least your openness has come through. Because working in that town is like, okay, every one of the stereotypes that I've ever fucking heard are completely fucking wrong.
Yeah.
So it didn't, that and joining the military also kind of helped with that shit too.
None of my gay friends, once they found out I was straight, ever tried to pwn me in the ass. They never.
No, they'll try to protect you if you go out drinking with them.
Yeah,
play wingman for you.
One of the funnest nights I ever did was going to a gay bar. I never got drinks bought for me before in my life, and I was like, that was cool, man. They were like, why? I didn't have to pay for a beer tonight. Everyone was ponying up beers for me. But that was like chill.
And so, and then my first experience ever taking and seeing somebody that was openly homosexual was on the streets of San Francisco when I was stationed in Petaluma, about an hour up the road. We took a road trip, went down there, and I just can't take it anymore. And then they hugged each other and kissed. And for somebody that's, number one, that's brought up in a strict Christian household and also is already homophobic and is from the country, like backwoods, is like, that's a shock to the fucking system.
Yeah.
But then you get to talking to people and you're like, bro, all of this stuff that's, it's so fucking bad and it's so fucking just backwards, because number one, if you're homophobic, number one, you're automatically fucking dehumanizing somebody already. Same thing with racist. If you have anything against any of the races, you've already in your mind dehumanized them as a reason why you're superior to them, which fuck that. You know what I'm saying? So,
I try to live life by saying I fucking hate everybody equally. That's what I always tell people. I don't care what race you are or sex you are. If you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. I've met just as many asshole black guys as white guys, as gay guys, as women and shit. I joke around about it a lot, but I always talk about it. I even tell my wife all the time, like, one of the things I love joking about, that I love ripping on white women. I love ripping on white women. There's nothing that I have more fun with in life than pissing off middle-aged white, not middle-aged, I'd say between the ages of 35 to 45-year-old white women. I love it.
Well, half the 45-year-old white women in the U.S. are fucking Karens. It seems like every one of them want to speak to a fucking manager because they're coupons.
In the world,
that's true. That's true.
They've gotten this mentality, and I'm not saying all of them. There's just a very good portion of them that they got this mentality that they're untouchables now, and there's some sort of minority subculture group. And I'm like, no, you've been sitting on the fucking same couch with me for years, enjoying your same privilege I've been enjoying. You just want to lead. That's the only difference. You're still going to be like what we are, the white men. It's just you're women. So stop acting like somehow you're going to be better than us. You're going to be like, oh, benevolent and shit. Fuck off. You're just going to be as crude and as evil as we are. It's just that you'll put like some pink bows on shit and whatever. Like you're not going to go to war and stuff.
Why is it though that all these women that, you know, all these white women have the same goddamn fucking haircut, that fucking short fucking kind of like it must come with the Karen manual or something like that. Lines. Cheers to you, homie. Thanks for stopping in.
I told my wife I'd leave her if she got that fucking haircut. I said, done. And I told her, because I work as a bartender, you know, and I told her if we ever go to a restaurant and you treat a fucking waiter like shit, we're done. If you ever go to a Walmart and start reaming out some person and asking for the manager, we're done. You don't do that shit around me. I said, if you're going to do that, you're going to do that in private, not while I'm around. But it seems to be more I think it has a lot to do with like some power dynamic with women in their like early 30s to mid 40s, where their husbands are no longer really listening to them anymore. Their kids are kind of grown up, so they're no longer listening to them anymore. So they're going out in public and reaming out people like because they can't seem to do it at home anymore. So they're thinking, well, this motherfucker better listen to me because if not, I'm gonna get this guy's fucking fired or whatever. And that's the only thing I could think of because even in my job, I deal with them bitches all the time. Fuck, and I just roll my fucking eyes and like, oh, whatever, lady. If this makes you fucking feel happy to berate me, you go ahead and berate me. Fuck.
It's one of the reasons why I haven't worked retail in God over almost 10 years now. I just can't. I don't have the patience for that kind of stupidity anymore.
Not saying that there ain't no fucking male Karens, because there are a lot of male Karens.
Oh yeah, there is.
There are a lot of fucking annoying men too that come in and fucking find some reason to complain because they just don't want to tip you. And I'm like, dude, if you're too cheap to fucking tip, or bitch, if you're too cheap to tip, stay the fuck home. Don't eat here. Don't drink here. Don't do shit. Order your shit from fucking Uber Eats or
Grubhub or something like that. Have that shit fucking delivered to your house. And
get the fuck out of here. No one wants you here. Fuck it. If you're ready to spend your 20%, you're going to be treated like a king or a queen. And you don't have to be a prick. We're not going to purposely give you bad service. Mistakes fucking happen. Learn that fucking mistakes happen in life and stop fucking making every little fucking nothing into something. Fuck. Making like your mom used to say, a mountain out of a fucking molehill. Like, oh no, you're fucking. I love what my favorite customer when I used to wait tables and they'd be like, oh, I want a what's it called? Not well done. Well done steak. I want a well done steak. And well done steak takes time to fucking make, you know? Mm-hmm. He brings the table 15 minutes later and they're all like, it took 15 minutes for I've been waiting 15. You asked for it to be fucking well done, you dumb fuck. It takes fucking 15 minutes to cook the shit. Shut the fuck up and eat it. Your dry piece of fucking leather fucking jerky that you wanted. And shut the fuck up. Oh, I gotta be at work in 20 minutes. And why would you order a well done steak at lunch, you dumb fuck? Wait till it's fucking dinner time to order your goddamn well done fucking filet mignon.
Exactly. Why the fuck are you wanting to eat shoe leather anyways, asshole?
I actually told the dude he was giving me shit. He was with two ladies. My wife will tell you about the story. I came home and she was fucking laughing. I had the whole restaurant fucking dying. This dude started giving me fucking attitude. And I told him literally at the end of this fucking meal when I brought the tip, I go, by the way, if you're unhappy with service, we can go outside and talk about it. It's like, no, the service is fine. I'm sorry. I'm just, I was ready for work. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Fuck.
What's up, Rod J? Thanks for stopping in, homie.
Rod J can join the panel. I like Roddy.
I do too. I do too.
Roddy's allowed in the panel. Not that I don't like anybody else, but I've had conversations with Roddy. So Roddy
Well, I think
converse.
I think the kind of conversations that we're having, though, I think Rod plays into them well because he can take and converse just as well as we can with the topics that are being covered. Whereas some other folks might not be able to so much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it's nothing bad. I know some people. My wife hates politics.
My wife does too. She's told me numerous times, like every time I've had a rant since all this shit started, she's like, "Stop getting on politics. People are going to stop watching your shit. You're going to lose subscribers." I'm like, what the fuck else is there to talk about right now? God damn it.
I don't do politics. My wife is worried I'm going to get assassinated. That's why she doesn't want me to do politics. She's like, people already hate you, and all you do is review fucking booze. She's like, if you get into politics, you're going to be dead within 3 months. Okay? You're going to have some dude waiting outside the bushes. You're going to walk by and he's going to stab you in the neck.
Do I need protective gear to be here right now? What's going on? Good. How you guys doing?
Not bad. Drinking St. Albois stout. I got another stout in the fridge.
Drinking my Dragon's Milk Reserve, finishing out right now.
Actually, I'll let you guys talk. I'm going to get my other beer because mine's almost done.
I'm drinking a Elysian Contact.
Oh, how is that one?
It's all right. It's not bad. I like it. It smells better than it tastes. I mean, but the taste it's very clean. You get a little bit of fruitiness off of it, a little bit of bitterness. It's pretty well balanced for what it is. I mean, it really is. It's got some citrus notes to it. So
I had someone else bring that one up, and I definitely want to check that out at some point.
Really bad motherfucker right here, my favorite.
For anybody in the chat that hasn't checked out my boy Lines yet, y'all check him out. Dude is an awesome fucking rapper. I love everything that I've heard that he's come out with that's on his fucking channel. Huh?
Rod raps?
No. My boy Lines down in he's over in the chat.
Oh, okay, Lines. All right. I was like, Rod. I never heard Rod rap. It'd be some like dad jeans rap coming from Rod, man. He would be like sitting in my recliner watching football.
You forget I'm from New Jersey, man. Trust me, I can write some stuff down if I need to. I took the DJ route though, so.
You just got laid more. And you know why you got laid when you were a DJ? I remember when I used to DJ. Drink tickets.
Well, I was dating at the time, but my wife almost got in a fight one time when I was DJing. Some girl kept coming over trying to see if I needed help with something. She was like, "Bitch, you come over here one more damn time." I was like, "Hey, you can't attack my clientele. You need to go over there and sit down." She's like, "I'm tired of that bitch coming over here. It don't matter. If she wants to come over, let her come over. This is my job. I'm getting paid for this, you know." So
yeah. How's everything going for you tonight, Rod?
Doing well. We just got done doing the gaming show. So not the gaming show. Yeah, the gaming show I was doing on booze. So yeah. So we did that, and that was pretty fun. We got into some old talk on some of the old school and then the new PlayStation 5 and some thoughts on that. But we're gonna do an old school segment down the line as well. Some of our favorite old school games.
So y'all are gonna be getting the Wi-Fi router
for the PS5.
Yeah, well, the PS5 looks like a fucking Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna probably get the PS5 over the box, like with Microsoft. You can put a piece of glass on the Microsoft, and it's a coffee table.
Dude, you're actually gonna buy the PS5 when it first comes out. You're not gonna wait a year until it fucking drops down.
It depends. I want to see what the gaming library is because it has to be a gaming library for me to support it, right? So I gotta see what games are going to be out there.
$1,100?
No, they're talking about 5 to 6 here.
Oh, okay.
It was like 4 something in France. They kind of leaked it out and translated over to about like 530 here in the States. It depends though. They got a digital version and
the digital version is supposed to be cheaper. So
yeah, digital's like 4 something, I believe.
I'm hoping because 500 American would translate to about 650 Canadian. But from what I heard, they were saying 1,100 here in Canada for it. Fuck, and that's that's like triple the fucking exchange rate. Like the exchange rate right now. The American Canadian dollar is about 15 to 20 cents, and I'm like, how the fuck can that equate to $1,100 for fucking PS5 if it's 500 in the States? That's mental. But.
If it's 1,100 in Canadian, that's at a story called "Get 'Em and Stick 'Em."
They always find a way to fucking overtax the fucking shit out of us.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, do y'all have VATs there in Canada like they've got over there in Europe?
What's a VAT?
value added taxes. Basically, it's
I don't
added
know.
on sales tax and everything.
We're part of North America. We're part of the same continent. We have a free trade agreement between the States and Canada. It shouldn't, but for some reason we get fucked over a lot when it comes to spirits. Mostly when it comes to spirits. When we're talking about hard alcohol, we make our own beer, and it's no offense better than you guys, so we don't need your beer here.
This guy.
What the fuck ever, Swami?
Everything in America ain't Budweiser or Miller, goddamn.
90% of what's sold is Budweiser Miller, though. So
yeah, well, we can't speak for those drinkers.
I refuse to, because they refuse to take and try anything but Budweiser.
No, I'm not gonna lie, you guys. Yeah. I love the Sam Adams. That shit's fucking killer for fucking macro beer. I know it used to be a micro, but it's a macro now, right? It's no longer.
Now it's still considered craft.
It's still good. I love
it. Even with Dogfish, it's still, because they haven't crossed the 600 million barrel when they may move that to keep them.
Is Flat Tire or Apollo a macro yet, or are they both still macro?
New Belgium is, because of ownership. Technically, they're not craft now. They have an owner that's over 30%. That's like not a craft brewery, but people still look at that being craft as well. I mean, they do some good stuff. I mean, if it's good, you're going to drink it. So.
Sorry, I just want, back in 2001 when I was living in New York, I remember I was always making fun of American beer, and then my friend passed me over an Apollo, and I was like, okay, fuck that. American beer is pretty damn good, and that shit was fucking tasty as fuck.
Well, I was gonna say, I was in the my bottle store this past week, and they've got some New Belgium's got some sour ales out of their Abbey series or whatever. Fucking $15 a fucking bottle for a fucking 12 ounce. I said, fuck that noise. I was like, hell no.
Yeah, I've seen some of that stuff there. Yeah. Avery did that with some of their stuff too. That gets up there, but.
So, Rod, let me ask you a question. Do you think we're going to see any change out of everything that's fucking going on in this country right now?
Change? What are we talking about? The COVID change or the racial change or the
policing change? And racial change. Which I say racial change, but I think a lot of the racial stuff, it's small pockets. It's way overblown by the fucking government, because I see a lot different than what the fuck the media fucking portrays. But now the policing stuff, there does have to be a fucking change, because there is systemic racism built in. I think
right.
Collectively we've taken and outgrown a lot of the fucking systems that we have here.
Right. And when you look at the history of the police department itself and how it was actually installed, it has racial tension already built into it. So you almost have to have like a federal mandate or overreach type agreement where people are trained kind of the same, because you have different areas where people are trained differently. So the way things happen in a town in Wisconsin might be different than it happens in a town over in New Mexico or over in Kentucky or whatever it may be. So it's like, why can these officers do it this way and these officers don't? So that's where it gets into some of the issues. There was an interesting movie I watched. I don't know if you had a chance. I posted it on my Facebook. It's called Burn Motherfucker Burn.
Oh, I thought you were about to say Five Bloods. I watched Five Bloods 2 days ago.
Five Bloods was pretty good.
I liked it.
It had some predictable parts towards the end, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, I liked the start, the middle, and then the end was like, what the fuck?
No, the ending was kind of predictable on some of the stuff that happened there. There was one part that
when he jumps on the grenade, I was laughing. Come on, why?
Well,
they protect. That's how military guys think, though. If they see something, their buddies will get blown up.
Taking win Medal of Honors for taking an action doing that.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, why would the fucking money launderer have a fucking gun and a grenade? Come on, he's a fucking business guy. I was like,
well, you saw the guys he was dealing with, so I mean, it's a movie, but it had the historical aspects they shared throughout parts of it was pretty interesting.
I preferred Black Klansman to the Bible.
Black Klansman was a pretty good movie too, yeah. But when you look at that history, but the Burn Motherfucker Burn, it was about this how they set up Los Angeles and the tension that grew between the Black community and the police department out there, as well as like the Korean community and the tensions out there. It's a whole biopic documentary going from like the 40s up through current times. And when you see some of that stuff installed there, you see that in other police departments as well.
Well, I don't think it helps that we've had the FBI taking back in the 40s to the 60s taking work with fucking local fucking Klans fucking chapters that had Klansmen embedded into the fucking police departments and stuff like that, and they work fucking hand in hand and shit like that. I mean, even the CIA, having plans to assassinate Martin Luther King Jr. if necessary, and fucking Malcolm X, as well as other civil rights leaders.
Right,
People go,
Medgar Evers, and
fucking racism doesn't exist. I'm like, you need to fucking do some reading, you fucking retard.
When you regularly see a cop with blood and honor tattooed on their fucking forearm, like, you gotta wonder what the fuck's going on with the police departments.
But here's the thing: like, I've talked over years with various police officers. I have a good friend that's a police officer too that we work out and stuff together, and there's knuckleheads on the force, and they'll admit that too. But there's also, there's situations that happen when people do stuff they shouldn't do. One of my friends, he had posted something about the Atlanta shooting that happened, and somebody was like, "Well, that's why you don't run those." The thing is,
well, we've seen white people do the same goddamn thing, and they don't fucking get shot.
Right, that's the thing I brought up there. But also, he ran and he wasn't a threat to anyone. The Supreme Court had numerous cases where they said if a person run away, they're not a threat. Deadly force is not supposed to be used. Yeah, and these forces still happen. And we had the Floyd George situation with George Floyd and the knee to the neck, and then like 2 days later, you see other officers doing knee to the neck on people. It's like, did we not just talk about this?
But they went into a completely different direction, like those fucking union cops in New York City. A day earlier, 24 hours earlier, they fucking took their cop cars and ran through a bunch of fucking protesters in their cars, running over motherfuckers, grabbing fucking messenger boys, like little hippie messenger boys, beating the fuck out of them. And then they come on and they're screaming and yelling about, you guys aren't giving us any respect.
Well, you had the Minneapolis police cutting tires on people's cars and stuff too. But it's all this stuff that's happening, and like another thing I put on my Facebook is like the first time I learned about police corruption is when I was like 14 or 15. And I sat down and I watched Serpico. I don't know if you ever saw the old movie Serpico with Al Pacino. It was about the exposing of the New York police force. Yeah. And Frank Serpico was a police officer that basically didn't like what he was seeing there and exposed him. And he got turned into the rat because he was basically outing these officers doing all the wrong stuff that was taking place. And over the years, and like Alan, like we were talking the other day, like I think it was about the thing that moved when the move thing happened. I was in high school when they dropped a bomb on a house in Philly, took out a whole block almost. The way the police reacted on the situation that overblown the whole thing.
Yeah, it was with they dropped the bomb from a helicopter onto a house.
It was Frank Rizzo was there, and Wilson Good, I think, was the mayor, and it was like
they made a movie about it. I forget. Yeah, the fucking movie.
I mean, you can even look at the stuff like how they handled the whole Koresh type thing. It's like really, like they're not going anywhere. Do you have to burn down the place?
Yeah, vicious circle. Like you're noticing. A lot of African-American ex-soldiers who had to follow orders and learn law and abide, and they understand when they're overseas doing MP work, military police work, and shit like that, that they're not allowed to be shooting at fucking civilians. They're not allowed to be killing foreigners and shit like that. Then they come home, and you got the American fucking cops shooting their own fucking people, and then they wonder why every 3 or 4 years one of these soldiers go out and start shooting some fucking cops because they're like, what the fuck? I was overseas protecting fucking foreigners for domestic people. I come back home, you're shooting my fucking people and killing them. I'm going to off a couple of you motherfuckers. And,
the American military is another problem that we have in this country. And it's not the military itself. The problem is the budget, how we take and expand it every year is the problem. We need to take and cut our fucking defense budget probably more than half, from 700 or 800 billion a year to at least like down to 200 billion a year.
Well, it's always funny every year, like, well, every 4 years, whatever they elect, the people run like, our defense budget is out of whack. We're not spending enough. Seriously? Have you seen who the second country is behind us and how far of a difference we're spending? Yeah. We've got seven Air Force carriers. The next country has like 2, and they're not a threat to us. And it's like, I don't know what people look at. I just don't know what people look at anymore. It's like so many things that it's like the whole thing I was going to say about the thing in Atlanta, the whole thing, like people are saying, well, he was driver or whatever, he took the taser. Like Alan said, white people have done the same type of thing. It's just like you're missing the whole point. Like I'm not saying, like people are saying, don't treat him like a martyr. Like no one's treating him like a martyr. People are treating him like how he's being processed versus other people being processed. No one said he didn't do wrong by doing what he did, but at the same point, that's not enough for you to take a life.
Yeah, it's like what happened with fucking George Floyd. He was killed. Literally, Candace Owens, that dumb fucking cunt.
I don't know why people listen to her.
The most ignorant bitch in the world, but so well spoken that she makes dumb motherfuckers sound smart. But she's still she's the most articulate bitch on earth. But she's a fucking retard.
She had no problem at 17 calling out racial hate. And then NAACP had to come in and save her ass and get her a settlement. But that's another story.
She spends an hour trying to make George Floyd look like the most evil person on earth, but it doesn't fucking matter what he's doing.
It's funny. I've got friends that have took and posted shit about George Floyd on their fucking timelines. He did this, and if that pregnant woman, I said that shit happened 9 motherfucking years ago. Number one, it happened 9 fucking years ago. Number two,
doesn't matter.
What the fuck does that matter for? Exactly. He wasn't in the process of any fucking crime.
I don't care if the motherfucker was Charles Manson. If he fucking wasn't being arrested for being Charles Manson that fucking day, even if he was being arrested for being Charles Manson that day.
The force use has to fit for what's actually needed at that point,
dude, and he was down. You don't kill them. You're not the fucking executioner. You don't get to decide, well, I don't like this motherfucker, so I'm going to kill him. That's not your fucking job. Your job
exactly. We got juries and judges for that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm so sick and tired of people like, oh well, they weren't a fucking good person. I don't care if they were a good person or not. We're talking, and these motherfuckers all defensive. There was a fucking white boy. I forget his fucking name. It was like 3 years ago. He was in a hotel in fucking Las Vegas. And they asked him to fucking kneel down and crawl towards him. They shot him like fucking
in the hallway. Yeah, I saw that one too. Yeah,
down to grab his fucking shorts and pull them up because they were falling down.
It's not just with black people. These motherfuckers,
Yeah, part of it there's a racist part, but there's a part of it's a power part too. Yeah, these guys are power tripping.
I think a lot of it's a power part for a lot of them. I know a lot of good cops. Yeah. I know a lot of good cops.
Yeah.
There's too many that aren't willing to stand up to take and go, hey, look, that was fucking done wrong because they fear their fucking jobs, which makes them taking.
And see, to me, that I can't put them in a good cop category if they let it happen. I know there's pressure on them, but at the same point, if you're going to be a cop, you got to honor that badge in the Constitution you swore to. So if you're letting it happen, you become complicit by going along with it, in my book.
8.5 minutes. You have a fucking motherfucker sitting on the other guy's neck. The rest of them sitting around with their hands in their motherfucking pocket, literally, not even figuratively, literally.
Well, one with his knee on the fucking neck, and 3 with the knees in his fucking back.
Dude, there's a video that came out that I saw, and I guess it was probably 5 or 6 minutes in. You could tell he's already dead. And if somebody's yelling at the Tao, the Chinese cop or whatever, like he's not moving, he's dead. You got to do something. And he's like, no, they got it or whatever. He says, like, you just look at him and he was already dead already.
Oh yeah. I find it very interesting that all that fucking happened, and once they got there with the bus or whatever, the ambulance or whatever, they didn't take and even check his pulse. They just rolled him onto the fucking gurney because they knew what the fuck was up.
Yeah, because the other guy told him like 3 times or whatever that he had no pulse, and he still kept his knee down there. Yeah, motherfucker. And now that it's come out that they, like, witnesses are saying they did know each other at the club, and there was friction between them. One of the witnesses that worked at the club has said that might be something that takes it from a murder 2 to a murder 1, but getting a murder 1 on a cop is so damn hard in this country.
Getting murder at all on a cop. Cop in Charleston that took and shot a man. He went for the cop's fucking taser. Couldn't fucking get it. He got it out and it fucking dropped. Turn around and fucking run, and the cop fucking shot him in the back 3 fucking times. Caught on a fucking like grainy ass fucking cell phone camera, but it was fucking caught.
That murder was nothing to do with fucking fear. It had all to do with ego. He was all like, fucking, this guy got my fucking taser. It's embarrassing.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
But it took 3 years for them to take and even bring a case against this motherfucker to put him in jail.
Yeah, I saw a video tonight. It was one of the it was a bigger white guy. They tried to tase like 4 cops, and they couldn't get him down. He whipped all their asses for the most part.
Yeah.
They ended up getting him arrested. He didn't get shot. Not one of them went for their gun or whatever. They were taking an ass beating, but they were not going for the gun.
Today, I'm riding with my fucking wife. We're at a fucking Shell gas station. All right, my wife's back is hurting because she whines all the time. She leaned over on the bike. I'm having a fucking Coke on the fucking not Coke, but a Coke. All right, on the fucking road. Fucking cop sitting at the fucking gas station. Me and my wife, I knew it. Like, I don't know. I look like a fucking skinhead. I know. I don't give a fuck. Anyways, fucking cop fucking rolls up. Stares. You ask my wife, are you okay? I go, she's fine. Fuck. Why are you asking? Like, I'm just like, get the fuck out of here. Like, seriously. Fuck. Don't you have other things to fucking do than fucking annoy people? If I like need you, I'll fucking have you. You're staring at me, fucking. I'm like, what are you running my fucking plates? You getting ready?
Yeah.
Looking for something? You fucking dick. Get the fuck out of here. Even my wife looked at me and smirked. She's like, oh fuck. And I was like, yeah. Every fucking time I go fucking riding, it's like
I gotta go use the bathroom.
They don't shoot me. Okay. They don't shoot me. Luckily.
Well, yeah.
But they love to annoy the fucking shit out of me, and I've got no patience for them anymore. And yeah, I guess that's privilege on my end, is I get to mouth off and they don't shoot me. But I always make sure to mouth off just a little bit because I want them to be angry.
Yeah.
They piss me off. Why are you bothering me? Just fucking leave me alone. But like,
yeah, it's
And if I say hello, you ever notice if you say hello to them, they stare at you like, why the fuck are you looking at my direction? I'm like, fuck you, Christ. Like, I like just smiling and waving at them. That pisses them off so much. It's like, you can't even fucking look at them. Like, I'm omnipotent. I'm here. Don't look in my direction. Don't speak to me. I'm a god amongst men.
Well, it's kind of funny here. Like, you'll see them like on videos and stuff, and they still try to say, you can't video this. Like, are we going through this again? This is already been established by law that you can hold a video camera as long as you're not in the way of the officer. I'm over here. You're over there. Go ahead and do your do. I'm doing. Because you're going to see more and more people recording stuff. And I saw a thing out of London earlier today where one of the somebody a video recorded, like one of the black college students got stopped by police for no reason or whatever, and started searching him for ID and all kind of stuff. And his friends were waiting on him, like, what's going on? And he was asking why he was getting it, and they all started like getting all crazy around him and stuff. So it's not just here; it's happening all kinds of places. But it's like, dude, there's got to be a lot of retraining and restructuring of things.
Well, yeah, me and Alan were talking at the beginning. One of the laws that could be very beneficial to eliminate, like, I'd say 50 to 60% of negative interactions with cops is that they're no longer allowed to give fucking tickets anymore. An independent fucking force that's nothing to do with police has a fucking camera on their fucking vehicle, and they take pictures of your license plate and they send you your fucking tickets in the mail, so you don't fucking interact with a fucking cop on the goddamn highways anymore. Fuck.
I mean, they do it with some of the stoplights. They could do that in places, but yeah.
We don't need them. Fuck. They stick to what you're supposed to fucking do, and that's patrol, look for crime, and stop crime when it's fucking happening. Not interject, annoy. Like, you know what we call squirrels in French?
What?
Les écureuils. Do you know what écureuil means in French?
No, what's it?
To annoy. So I know the term pig is most likely used for cops. Like, you like to pig. I think it should be called fucking squirrel, because literally their fucking job is just to fucking annoy you and antagonize you to the point where they don't fucking realize that you're not beneficial to my fucking life. Literally, no crimes happened to me, and I can kind of understand, even though I'm not for disbanding police officers, I understand why people are kind of on that movement right now.
Well, see, that's the thing that I was going to bring up. Like, people don't understand, like, the whole thing about people are like, oh, they're defunding the police. Who are you going to call? And he's like, they're not getting rid of the police. They're actually reallocating funds to try to make it more. I know, but I'm saying the people out there that keep going, they're going off the other.
A lot of people that don't understand the message that are for.
Right. Which I always said was a bad branding issue. That's like a bad branding issue. Like, you fund the police, you're going to freak people out instead of how you're trying to reallocate things.
Yeah.
Like, so some cities are now like, you call in, you're like, my wife's going crazy. I don't know what to do. Can we get somebody out here to talk to her? Instead of just sending cops that aren't trained for it, now they send like a social worker with the cop. You know, they're doing other stuff like that. But
What I said on my show, Alan watched it 3 weeks ago. Me and David, you know David, the producer, right?
Yeah.
We stated that we're for demilitarization of the police, meaning no more fucking tanks, no more fucking SWAT vests. You can still have a SWAT unit, but the SWAT unit doesn't come out. The SWAT unit only comes out once the riot is in progress, not during, before. They're to intimidate. They're to poke you with their fucking nightstick. Like, do something, do something. That's what it looks like to me.
Well, that's the funny thing with the demilitarization, right? Like, people are coming out with that now, and I'm like, where the fuck was everybody before? Because even when Obama was in office, people were saying demilitarize, and they had like, we got the
for over 10 years.
Oh, I know, no, I'm saying, but other people are kind of jumping on because it's Trump instead of when Obama was in office, and we had like the Congressional Black Caucus and the CBC, like 32 of their 37 members voted to go ahead and militarize the police. So I'm like, you guys aren't helping either. Like a lot of the people that have been there too long. There's has to be term limits. We need to get more turnover so people aren't sitting their ass, keeping us locked down in some of the old ways and keep getting their fresh blood. Some of these younger people coming up, they have some fresh ideas and they're more tied in the community. You need to get more community stuff coming through for what is actually taking place.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to say this right here. More new people in the community does not mean more people like AOC. I'm just saying because
I like AOC.
AOC's got good stuff there.
I like AOC too, but some of her more.
Well, you're not going to ever get 100%, right? Like I can go like 80% of AOC. Yeah.
No. It's funny. I say that I say that kind of tongue in cheek, but like she needs better media. She needs somebody to take and kind of help her spin some of her PR.
Yeah,
because people are like all they want to go on is like some of the dumb shit that she said and some of the stuff that she hasn't really taken a look at hard. But she's smart.
Here's the thing: if you take the older people out after certain terms, guess what? Those older people become their own private consultant things to help mentor some of the younger people too to help provide. So,
Bernie Sanders is her Jedi master. She's Padawan Bernie. She's not Bernie. Bernie's Bernie. There's only one Bernie. But
except when Larry David plays him.
Yeah. I had an argument, by the way.
Go figure, old Jew would play old Jew.
I don't like using the term black friend, but I was having an argument with one of my friends who happens to be black. He was all like, "Well, Bernie didn't get over with the black community because he wasn't for reparations." And I told him because Bernie's not an idiot, and he knows that no politician will actually, even a black politician. There will never be a politician that's going to put out reparations. It's not going to happen. Bernie might have put out reparations once he got in, but he's not going to talk about it on the campaign trail. He's already got the fucking moniker of being a fucking socialist, fucking pinko commie prick. He's not going to start talking about reparations. It's like
Cory Booker, Kamala Harris, none of them fucking talking about reparations.
No, they all talk about it,
or whenever fucking asked.
Do it. Use it as a talking point. When Cory Booker talks about reparations, it's a talking point. When Kamala Harris talks about reparations, it's a talking point to get the black community to be like, oh, they said reparations, so they're for it.
And I'm sorry,
but
Rod.
They got their own issues in the community.
I'm sorry, Rod, but those are the two whitest black people they could have fucking picked on.
No, I mean you got Candace Owens and Ben Carson. Oh, to pick. I'm sorry, to pick.
Yeah,
on the Democrat side.
On the Democrat side.
Actually, Kamala, she's got issues with her record out there. Right, that's what she's got.
She's the whitest fucking black person.
Corey's in the pocket of the pharmaceuticals as well.
Kamala's not even black. She's more Hindu than black, from what I.
Nah, she's black. Her dad is basically Jamaican. I can tell. Like people are like, "What is Jamaican?" I'm like, you realize Jamaica is just another stop on the way. They just didn't go all the way over. They stopped on the way here. He got off, but he's still black.
The only two people that had black interest in mind were Tulsi Gabbard and fucking Bernie Sanders. And Tulsi Gabbard was a war criminal fucking bitch till she bent the knee to Joe Biden. Now she's the fucking savior of the Democratic Party. Everyone loves her. Same thing with Bernie. Once Bernie said, okay, I dropped out, all of a sudden all the Democrats, oh, we love Bernie. He's awesome. There was a fucking New York Times article about, oh, we should have voted Bernie instead of fucking Biden 2 weeks, like 3 weeks after he said
you realize people still vote for
Bernie didn't technically pull out. He said we're gonna take and
but did you see
we're gonna stop campaigning. We're gonna take how many more.
But do you see how the media now loves Bernie? Now the media loves him.
It's like fucking Andrew Yang. Everybody's been talking about the UBI since fucking since the COVID stuff, and I'm like, where the fuck was this shit? Whenever Andrew Yang was a fucking candidate, god damn it, he was my fucking vote.
I put a post. I don't know, Rod, if you saw it on my Facebook about Bernie Sanders, like because of the New York Times argument. I said, "Fuck America." I was so fucking mad. They're like, "Oh, Bernie's awesome. He's great." I was like, "You guys were the ones saying he was some fucking evil sadistic."
This is how America runs at this point. It's kind of like nothing surprises me anymore. You know, it's kind of like it's accepting. It's like this, like the stuff that is happening right now in the tension. Like, it doesn't surprise me because I know the history of America, and I read and I research, and we've been down this path so many times. Like, some people are like, I can't believe that still happens. Really? Have you been paying attention to stuff out there? Have you been seeing people like people always like to blame Trump, right? I'm like, I always hope people, when they ask me, like, Trump was not really the issue. Trump was more the result. This stuff was happening for years. Trump was just the result because nobody paid the fuck attention to anything. That's why we ended up with Trump.
Fucking problem before Trump.
Yeah.
Bush was the part of the problem before fucking Obama. Fucking Clinton was the problem before fucking Bush. Reagan was the problem. Blah, 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 blah. Down the fucking line. It was always a fucking problem. All of them. They're all stacks of shit.
Well, there's a lot of history in America that nobody wants to actually deal with. So we've had this pot boiling for all these years, and people try to turn down the heat, and then they turn the heat back up and let it go, and it's just boiling over. There's a lot of stuff happening. Like, people were getting upset about the statues and stuff coming down. Personally, me on the statues, I'm like, I don't care if they're up or down. I think personally the statues should be in a museum. I don't think you should screw up American history because people need to know what was done in the past to avoid it from the future.
I like the idea of putting Odious Maximus on the Confederate soldiers' fucking statue. There's like a petition out. I don't know if you guys know Odious Maximus. If you want to eclectic, look up Odious Maximus from Guar. The lead singer of Guar, Dave Brogan.
I know Guar.
Dave Brogan died. He died about 6 years ago. Legend from Canada, by the way, an Ottawa boy. And they were a very anti-racist band, by the way. They were incredibly anti-racist. And they were talking about replacing the General Lee, or I don't know who the general was during the Confederacy. I'm not American. But
General Lee was the Confederate general, yeah.
I know.
She was hard too.
I know it was a car, but they were talking about they were talking about putting Odious Maximus on the horse instead of him, and I was like, that's badass. They did that. That would be hilarious.
I'm gonna say this a lot. I have yet to take in, like, I've got a lot of folks there. Oh, you see, they're taking and toppling this and they're toppling that. And I haven't said anything, and I'm like, look, when it comes to the Confederate statues, if they're up, I don't give a shit. If they come down, I really don't give a shit, because they were put up basically to inflame the racial tensions back into 20s, 30s.
The daughters of the Confederacy were the ones that started putting them around the country.
But there are
exactly.
I don't like. Okay, I understand you want to take down Confederate statues. I don't like when they're saying we should take down George Washington because he owned slaves, and they were talking about McDonald, our prime minister, our first prime minister. They were saying we should take down his statue because he owned slaves. I'm like, yeah, but everyone owned slaves back then. He was still our first prime minister. It wasn't.
Well, I mean, you could put him in a museum now. Like, if they're up there, I understand why they're up there. But at the same point, it's like the Christopher Columbus coming. Christopher Columbus has been known for how long to be a rapist and a murderer, all that kind of stuff. People are tearing it down, and people are upset about that.
But then again, without Christopher Columbus, who would have been? Christopher Columbus, for all intents and purposes, discovered what we now know as the U.S. The Vikings found it first. We fucking know that, but.
Yeah, the Vikings came and they said, "Hey, there's people here. Let's go back."
The Vikings were the ones that found North America. They found Newfoundland way before Christopher Columbus found it was Mexico that.
Yeah, but when you look at the history of Columbus and stuff he did, it's kind of like he's not a great guy. But if you look at the founding,
it's not only Columbus though. To see that this,
if you look at the founding fathers, there's history around them on the stuff they did too. So they weren't the greatest of guys either.
Then again, what fucking country doesn't have a fucking blighted goddamn past? None of them.
I mean, that's the other point too.
History because you don't like what the fuck happened.
That's the other point too. Yeah.
But at the same time, you can look at Germany. who outlawed the swastika, who's outlawed any statues of Hitler. They don't even have them in the museums. They still have them in books and shit like that so people can learn about history. But the German people are fine with it for the most part.
Yeah.
Other than again, a small percentage of fucking redneck fucking Germans.
I think the thing you run into in America is just how we were founded under the Constitution, and people see that as an infringement of the freedom that they have here. Like if I saw someone, like one of my neighbors up the street, he has like a Trump flag. I don't care. He's a Trump flag. That's his yard. Put up what you want to put up. I'm in Kentucky. There's people that have like Confederate stuff. I don't care. I've seen people that have it. Some of the high schools around it. It doesn't affect me really as much. Now, if they ask me what my thoughts on it, I'll tell what my thoughts are on it. But it's kind of like it's symbolism. Symbolism means things different to different people. I know people that look at the American flag and see it for the blood that was lost in the country as well, that don't like the American flag. So it's all a matter of what people attach symbolism to, and a lot of people attach too much symbolism to too many things, rather than just being human and knowing people for people.
But if we think and put everything in a fucking museum, how many people go to museums every year? Unless it's a fucking Smithsonian, not a whole fucking lot.
And you have to remember, there is a saying in life that's actually true. If you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it.
Right.
So it's kind of something that people should know about. It should just not be.
Now you can leave the statues up and just put other context with them too. Put them
instead of
the Confederate statues. I think the Confederate statues do kind of need to fucking come down, because the reasoning behind them being put up. I understand that some of the men that are not Nathan Bedford Forrest, regardless of anything, what people want to think about him. Nathan Bedford Forrest, take his shit down.
Yeah.
Robert E. Lee, he inherited his slaves, but he wasn't even on shit long enough to fucking do anything. But he did. If it weren't for the fact of state sovereignty being as big a thing back then, he would have never fucking joined the fucking the cause of the South. Because he was the commander in chief, or he was the lead commander of the fucking Union forces at the outset of the Civil War. He took once the first shots were fired, he told Lincoln, "I'm going. Virginia needs me."
Anyway,
yeah. And if you read, if you read the history on Lee as well, he actually talks about how there shouldn't be any statues to the Confederacy before he died.
Yeah,
so he actually talked about that as well.
And same thing. And Stonewall Jackson, again, he was a Union general that was highly respected. He took and left state sovereignty. It wasn't about slavery for them two. It was all about state sovereignty. I understand the fucking everything that's built in with them two.
Yeah.
Because if you want to take and put your statue somewhere else, fine, put them somewhere else. Don't do anything to them two. Fucking Nathan Bedford Forrest and Jeb Stuart and some of these other motherfuckers, take them fuckers down. They fucking raped, they fucking pillaged. Fucking Nathan Bedford Forrest started the Klan and then took and actually disbanded the first fucking Klan, or convinced him to disband after he became a statesman.
And then what do you do like with the Grant? Because Grant actually owned slaves too. People don't realize that.
But Grant is seen as a general who took and
but he owned slaves as well. So it's kind of like.
But see, that goes back to the whole fucking the history of our country. We were founded on slavery. Yeah. Irish indentured servants come over here first from, were shipped over here first.
Yeah.
Indentured servitude back then was fucking slavery for all intents and purposes. One of the reasons why racism is embedded like it is in this country is because the Irish indentured servants were treated better than the fucking black slaves who were bought at fucking market that were brought over here from fucking Africa.
Yeah.
So now they had a lot of them were over them. A lot of them were over the African slaves that were brought over here. So once that happened, they actually got a position of power. Not only some of them were, of course, intermingling. You get a lot of mulattoes that happened back in that day.
You can't use that term anymore. You can't say mulatto. That's not.
Yeah, fuck that. It's a goddamn historical term. You don't like history? Fucking change it.
You have to say mixed ethnicity. You can't even say race.
Well, there was a piece I shared on my.
I'm not trying to be racist with it. Goddamn.
There was a piece I shared on my Facebook page. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but it was booked from when I was reading the People's Republic of America. But it was like basically it was pulling pieces from how things were divided back then, and they tried to keep basically the lower whites away from the slaves because a lot of times at that time
they were afraid of an uprising.
Yeah, they did everything together.
Yeah.
You know, they fraternized, they had sex, they were couples, they were doing all that kind of stuff, and they realized if they got together, they came after us, we'd be in trouble. And so then they made a system to get the lower whites out of it by giving them their freedom.
Kind of like the media and the government's doing right the fuck now in America, but trying to take and keep the fucking poor whites and the poor fucking black people from being like, hey, we're in the same goddamn boat. We're fucking poor. The only difference is right you are, so fuck it. Let's band together and take these motherfuckers out. That's the only
I just want to say really quickly, I want to say, first of all, you see when Rod said, can I say something? I shut up, Redbeard. That's how you talk. Secondly,
Redbeard, fuck you.
Secondly, I want to say we're looking like the Burger King Kids Club right now. We got a Jew, we got a redneck, and we got a black guy on the channel.
So what bar are we walking into?
We're just missing a fucking dude in a wheelchair, and we are the eclectic fucking show of all time. Like,
my wife keeps telling me, she's like, you do a political, you used to keep talking politics on your fucking channel, you're going to lose subscribers. I'm going to say it right now. Everything I say right here, if I lose subscribers because of this, fuck you. I didn't need you.
Dude, I was at 2.9.
I have, but if you disagree, if you decide to leave because of my political and my personal fucking views on stuff, fuck you. I stand behind everything I fucking say on this. It's as simple as that. And if you can't stand behind what the fuck you say, then you don't need to take me.
You're gonna lose subs. You've had me on your channel. It's just a fucking.
I talk
electric vehicles, so we're not in the same realm of stuff on this channel. Even though I come from the fucking beer and you know I come from a similar fucking path, but my shit's changed.
All I know is my channel gets more views than everybody else, but I have less subscribers.
You got more than me.
I checked out my fucking my view rate. 78% unsubscribed view rate. So I've got 20 fucking 2% that actually watch or subscribe to me. Everybody else that watches me is not subscribed to my channel.
So you got lurkers afraid to press. You got lurkers afraid to press the red button.
The fact that they like watching me, that they don't want to subscribe. I've got over.
It's probably Republicans that watch going fuck. If I press the red button, it'd be like saying I like Obama, and it's Republicans that watch, they're probably like, God damn, it'd be like saying I like Hillary Clinton.
Yeah. People like watching me. They don't want to subscribe to me. It's okay. I still get my check at the end of at the 21st every month. So.
It does. I'm gonna be like Gandalf the Black here pretty soon.
He gained about another 100 pounds. He could be Black Santa Claus.
Yeah. Well, actually, if you look at the old St. Nicholas pictures,
I said that to you, Rod. I said, Rod, you look like negative Santa Claus, and you got
if you go back to the St. Nicholas pictures that are done from back in the day, he is actually black with the white beard.
When I say that to Rod, because I look like Nazi propaganda, so it's not.
You're American History X all over, so yeah.
My beautiful Jew face looks like literally when Hitler would draw a Jew. Like this is what the Juden looks like.
The thing is, people.
I feel like I need to be holding a banjo up here. What are y'all talking about?
People have to have the patience to have open communication on shit to actually ever fix and address things. So, like I've been sharing shit about happening down the road here in Bethel, Ohio, where the crazy shit, people sucker punching people and stuff like that, and the police not doing anything. And today there was like two guys that tried to open a conversation, a black guy and a white guy, different views, but hey, we need to have this conversation. They got together, talk about it. It's like, unless you have communication to start and people willing to listen, you're never going to fix it.
There was the blues musician who was like friends. He was a black dude, and his best friend was a KKK member.
That was the guy. Yeah, he exposed a lot of the Klan and ended up befriending one of them, getting him out of the Klan. That was
forget what it was like. His best friend. He said, "I don't like." He used the N-word expletive. I'm not going to use it, but he was like, "I don't like them, but this is the best person I've ever known." Blah blah blah. Blah. And it was like this documentary. It was actually a really cool documentary.
Yeah.
And it was like, and he got him out of the Klan and shit like that.
Yeah. Sorry, Tunis. Tunis said now he can't get the curb scene out of his head from American History. That is one of the worst scenes in the movie when he makes him bite the curb.
Listen, I've been told I've had the best comments ever on my channel. I've been told I look like when I had hair. The hair's gone now. But when I had hair, I was told I look like autistic Ross Geller. Now I have no hair. I'm told I look like dollar store Ari Shaffir a lot. That comes in a lot. I don't know. Ari
Shapiro from
Ari Shaffir. He was
Oh God, yeah, Ari Shaffir he's
the amazing racist. The amazing racist. He's actually really close with Dave Chappelle. They're actually really good friends.
And he's really close with Dave Chappelle, with Tom Segura, with fucking Brett Kreischer, and a lot of fucking comedians. He actually took flack for after Kobe died. He took and put out a tweet talking about karma or whatever because Kobe with the rape case or whatever. So he's but he did and for the longest time YouTube had that shit up, and it took the amazing racist where he dresses and he did this all as social experiments. He dressed as a Klansman, went to fucking Oakland.
He went to where? Oprah?
Oakland.
Oakland as a ow.
And he went to the fucking it was so funny. He went to a dry cleaner with his sheets and shit like that in Oakland. And he's like, I got cranberry juice on my fucking.
He had somebody to hold his cross as he was filling the gas as he was filling the gas can so he could take and have a cross burn later. He almost got into so many fights, and he took and he dressed as a.
He was hilarious.
He dressed as a what was it? He dressed in a kimono and went to a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
To a couple, and he's like, "Where are you from?" He said, the lady said Hawaii or Japan.
Yeah.
Or no, she said Hawaii. The guy was like, "I'm from Japan." He's like, "So wait a minute, this is kind of I can't remember what he said, but he's like, but this is kind of like how y'all's Thanksgiving dinners turned out since your people bombed her people." It was like he took and went to Home Depot one time, asked people if they needed some work, and took them to the fucking INS or whatever, to the ICE, to customs or whatever. So
he's a server. He's fucking amazing. The guy. He's best friends with Joe Rogan and Dave Chappelle. They're like buddies. So.
They all the time are apologizing for him. Like, look, Ari's an awesome guy. It's hard to take and see it. He's got a heart of gold. He's just a fucking idiot.
Rod tells
well, it's probably kind of like Sasha Cohen was back in the day.
Rod, it's what you have to do with me all the time. Like,
Rod's not the only person that has to take and do that, because I've had a couple people. I don't care for Swami all that much. I'm like, you just don't understand him. I'm like, you just don't understand. Like like people like, goddamn, what the fuck did you go after Kyle for? I'm like, you look, he told me some of the backstory. If you knew the backstory, then you'd be like, oh, okay.
I'm just a piece of shit. I admit straightforward. I like agitating and I like fucking annoying. What do you want? But at least I have the balls to show my fucking face when I do it. I don't fucking do it behind a fake profile. I don't hide out. I don't give a fuck. I'm not afraid of people. I've never been.
My stepbrother was 6'2", and he outweighed me by 200 pounds. I still went toe to toe with him. I'm over it. Somehow I grew out of the stage of being a fucking.
Yeah.
I grew out of the stage of being an agitator. I'm not an agitator on fucking YouTube because I actually am monetized on one of them, and my channel's wholly different from what it used to be. I need to start a channel and just be like you, just be a fucking troll that shows his face every so often.
My channel, I'm monetized on my fucking channel. I still start shit all the time. Half my videos get demonetized. I don't care. You think I give a fuck about listen, I got patronage. I've got about close to 60 people that give me money every fucking month to be a prick. So it's all good. They can.
Wait, you got people on Patreon? Really? Yeah, I can't get a fucking soul to support me on Patreon.
No, you suck. I'm good.
What do you give them on Patreon? Do you send them like anything, or do they just sign up for it and do it? No. I know some people do shit like they don't do on YouTube or something.
Patreon. I'm gonna let y'all see how big of a dick I can be to people. Is that the whole fucking pitch on Patreon, or
no? It's just people people like the fucking honesty. The people, the intelligent people swear. Intelligent people fucking say offensive shit. Intelligent people understand jokes. They understand fucking humor.
Sarcasm.
They don't get offended by shit. Dumb fucks people that are stupid, that fucking have no intelligence or don't understand what humor is, fucking, they can unsubscribe. I don't give a fuck, man. I've got my base fucking cult that fucking like me, and you know, as long as I keep them around. Dude, I've done interviews with Eric Roberts. Rod will tell you I've done interviews with fucking Bruce Kulick, who was the former guitarist from fucking Kiss. I've had distillery owners on my channel. I've had fucking shitty D's and B celebrities on my fucking channel. I'm happy with what I'm doing. Fuck. So rock on with fucking Swami Suave and keep buying the fucking merch and keep supporting me, and I'm gonna keep fucking going.
You've got merch?
Yeah, I got merch. Malted and Montreal merch. Fucking tons of it. Here, fucking Germany.
Oh fuck! Hold on. Now I got it. Now I feel bad.
You go on the swag light, you can pick up some fine ass Malted and Montreal gear right here, fucker. Got tons of that shit. Fuck, it's made by the finest Indian children. They've got the small fans.
So you're not using China?
Child labor from India is cheaper.
Or as the president says, China.
Only one out of every 10 children that work in my factories die a year. All right, everybody else.
Actually, speaking of the president, I got a serious question. Why can't that motherfucker hold a glass of water correctly? He's gonna have the smallest baby heads up there.
I think that was
I
like,
watched him at Westgate this weekend. I'm like, seriously?
I seen that. I was like, oh fuck, Biden's got to mention this motherfucker's got Parkinson's. What the fuck are we voting for this year?
Oh, dude, by the way, this week on Dave the Producer channel, meet Dave the Producer. If you guys watch F is for Family, we're going to have the head writer of F is for Family on the fucking show.
Really?
Saturday, yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, so y'all's goal at this point should be to get Bill Burr on the fucking channel.
We're not having Bill Burr. We're having the head.
Well, no, your goal should be to get Bill. I'd love to take an
I'd love
interview.
to get Bill Burr on the fucking channel, but no, we're gonna.
Of course, then again, Bill Burr would be like, "What the fuck am I doing here?" Probably.
And I'm still in talks with Amazon Rod for the podcast. They got a podcast that might be starting up. It's a monthly podcast, and Rod will be a part of it. It's going to be called The Uncomfortable Moment of Silence, but we're still in talks. So it's going to be happening probably by September.
Okay.
And Rod is definitely going to be a part of that fucker because I need a straight man, and Rod is the straightest one.
So I shouldn't drink that day.
Hey, what do you mean by straight? Because
I need a dude that's not a fucking whacked out cokehead like me. That's
okay.
Because I got Dave the Producer's on. Dave the Producer, he likes meth. I like coke, and Rod doesn't do any of that shit. So it's good. What's that?
One more time in Timber Campfire, the world will be better, yeah.
Plus, Rod's black, so we'll give it a card.
He's trying to get his quota in.
Yeah.
Okay.
If he only knew a Latino, he'd be set.
Let me go stand in the sun for about 3 hours. I'll look like a Latino.
I got Antonio from Whiskey Quest.
Oh, there you go, Antonio.
Antonio went on a fuck. You remember my roast? Antonio went on a tangent, called me a Nazi 8 times. I told Antonio the first time I met him, I go, "You look like Mario." Fuck, and he was like, "What do you mean?" I go, "You're the only guy who gets in trouble at work if you don't jump on the mushroom on time." But
oh my goodness! I tell you, I'm enjoying the shit out of this. I don't know.
Okay on. I still got some beer to go. Man. What, we got people watching, or they're actually?
Yeah, we got 9 people watching. So
it was more than that a little earlier. Yeah,
it was like 13 people watching at one time.
They do now. I don't.
They must be Jew haters, is all I can think.
I don't know. I used to love doing my channel. Back in the day, I used to get like 60 to 70 people watching. Now I'm lucky if I get like 20. But it used to be.
Yeah.
I used to be like a party.
It's funny. After I got monetized and people realized my live streams were nothing like the videos I put out, I went from having 40 and 50 to like 8, 9, 10, 12.
my first,
electric cars. Fuck this shit. We're out of here.
My first 2 years on YouTube, I was the most popular fucking channel for people to try to grow on because they'd all come in. They all didn't like me. Rod was the only guy I kept around because we were actually friends. But everyone was like, "Oh, I want to go on Swami's lives," because they wanted fucking people to come on. And then they come in and I insult them for 20 minutes. They're like, "I'm never going back to Swami."
Yeah. Oh, I don't think you were there that night on my channel where we were doing a beer flow show.
Yeah, the Germans that came in. There was
no, not the Germans, but we were doing a beer flow show a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
And apparently Bounty got upset with like Alan and one of the other guys in there. I forgot who it was that was in there.
Oh no, it wasn't Bounty.
Was it?
No, it was fucking Lee something. It was
no, not Lee. It was Bounty by observation because he was saying all lives matter. He came in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he got mad upset like with Alan and like.
He shared my video after. He shared my video after that shit, and he was saying because Alan watched the show. I did a political show. That the same night that shit happened, and then Alan shared my video because David is a Republican. He's a registered Republican. I still love the guy. He's a registered Republican. He's not a racist or anything like that. He's a registered Republican. Everyone's got their faults, but Alan shared the video because David's points were kind of coinciding with what Alan liked, and then I wrote fucking not Alan
Bounty.
And I was like, dude, I don't fucking like you. Don't share my videos. Like you know, your channel is so drama. It's not like
he come into Rod's show in the fucking chat talking about all lives matter, and I'm like, are you fucking serious? I'm like, so I was nice at first. I was like, so look, it's Black Lives Matter. It's not saying all lives don't matter. It's just right now Black lives really need our fucking help because of what the fuck's going on or whatever. And then somebody else said the same fucking thing, reiterated what I said, and then he got fucking pissy.
Yeah, somehow he felt like he was called a racist or something. Like,
yeah, and I was like, what the fuck? And then he did the fucking first live stream, and I had to go back and watch the first 5 minutes of it, and I was like, wait, he brought in the fucking Confederacy, he brought in Dukes of Hazzard, and okay, this motherfucker's stupid.
He had when I tuned over to see what happened because I saw he started the video afterwards, and I was like messaging with Alan and stuff. But I saw one part he was like talking about the slaves in the North and the South, and how about the slaves in the South were kept better than the ones in the. It's like saying they were happy. It's like nobody's happy when you're a slave. What slave is ever happy to be a slave? It was just like, okay, I'm done watching this video.
All I know, Rod, Allen, and I'll even say Blake. Just stay the fuck away from any cast-offs of GHL TV and you'll be fucking happy. I'm sorry to say it, but it's just the way it is to me.
Was Bounty on GHL at one point?
I'm still very close friends with Auntie, but I won't do his fucking show anymore. I won't go do his fucking people. I like Annie. He's a good guy. I like Laura Lay. She's chill. She's a little.
I think Laura had a fallout with Bounty too. Though. I think she had a fallout with him.
She's a little dramatic, but she's growing up now.
Yeah.
But the Keep Sippins, the Brandons, the fucking you have fucking
the throat punch people.
No, I like you, Alan. You're fine with
it. No. You said Brandon and Trish. I don't mind Trish so much, but Brandon, the throat punch people. I say that I'm joking.
Brandon's the like because Brandon went. I was close with Brandon and Trish for a while, and then I did their Christmas special where I showed up in my jockeys.
Yeah, you guys had something going on in the comments one night of my show. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
I showed up in my jockeys. She invited me to do a Christmas special, and I was like, fine, I'll do a Christmas special. And I showed up in my jockeys with nothing else on. And I started making fun of Brandon's fucking hairline. I'm bald, all right? And I was like, your husband's going bald. And
me and Blake have had our falling out with them. We haven't so much made peace as we just kind of let things be water under the bridge.
Sure, no one watches him. He's nobody.
Well, he's got monetized, but it's funny because they come in taking and talking, asking Blake how much his fucking cousin would cost for a night, and we got told, oh no, that wasn't us, and then we got told by somebody that was really close to them or has known them for a very long time, know that was them. Fucking on one of their troll accounts because they got several.
Anybody from Boston sucks. All right, that's just plain simple. It's not even fucking a question of fact. The most racist state in the union, and it happens to be in the North, is fucking Boston. I don't care what anyone fucking says. You go to Boston, and if you're like literally olive colored, they're gonna fucking throw on
it. We pretty much let all that shit kind of go because. It's fucking YouTube, and it's fucking stupid to take and get too overly pissed at somebody. So,
I'm not pissed. Dude, he did an entire show dedicated to me. He didn't realize like everybody
holy shit, that's kind of fucking petty as fuck.
Everybody was letting me know. They're like, Swami, you should get in there. I'm like, why? It's fucking Brandon. I don't give a fuck. Who watches Brandon?
So I'm pretty much chill with everybody. It's kind of like, I try to the YouTube drama. I ain't got time for that. So
exactly. That's what I was like. I don't give a fuck. What a bitch. Him and his Karen wife. Like, no offense, she's not that good looking. I'm so sick and tired. Oh, she's hot. I'm like, that's because you watch YouTube all day. Fuck, go out. Like, she's so fuck. She's a 6 that everyone thinks is a 10. Like, literally, she looks like she's on Xanax all the time, talking about wine. Like, hey everybody, welcome to Game Live, and it's Wednesday wine. Rod has to be nice if she bought the only T-shirt Rod ever sold.
No, I got other people that bought stuff, but it's like I don't get caught into the drama. I just don't, people are who they are, and Bounty was like, I'll never be back. I'm like, sorry, dude. I don't even know what you guys were arguing about because I was doing the show and I just looked over the comments.
Has a fucking argument with Bounty is a fucking thing that kind of blows my mind with the whole goddamn situation. He's just fucking ignorant. Dude, and Bounty, if you run across this, you're a fucking retard. Like you look like the fucking hills have. You talk like the hills have eyes, motherfucker. No, that's what I'm saying. We live in the same state. But my issue you sound like the hills have fucking eyes with the fucking shit that you take and talk about.
My issue with Bounty is I don't have feelings, right? I have like literally no feelings inside. I'm dead inside. There's nothing here. But I was on his show and
I saw it.
Yeah, I was like, he's like, Swami, what do you want me to play? What do you want me to play? I go, Bounty, I really like Mama Tried, right? Put on Mama Tried. And he starts to fucking bawl, like snivel and cry and snot bubbles, like with your like little sister. Like,
has he ever been on the Jerry Springer show?
No, but he starts fucking the snot bubbles, and I'm sitting there all uncomfortable. There's like 30 people watching, and they're looking like Swami looks like he's about to jump out his chair.
Wait, somebody made you uncomfortable?
I was so uncomfortable. Dude, men don't cry. Fuck.
Yeah, he started like crying like pretty bad on there. I was like, I treated him like, Swami, what did you do? And he's like, I didn't do anything.
I was like,
I mentioned one song.
I was like, I just want to hear a good country song. Fuck, is this fucking incest motherfucker next to me? And I'm thinking I want to hear some fucking country. And like, it's like, puts the fucking, my favorite country song, my brother died like 10 years ago, and this was his favorite song. And I was like, dude, this is YouTube. Don't tell people your personal shit, man. Like, I don't tell anybody my personal shit. All people know about me is my wife is mean to me, and that's about it. That's all people know about me, and that's a joke, by the way.
Yeah, I'm about to say the only thing people really know about me, other than what they've gathered of my personality, watching me do lives during the Sunday Fun Day shit.
Yeah.
Is the fact that I've got kids, and my wife will come in here, and every so often she'll take and get on screen, and she'll take and put everybody that's on the fucking panel in their fucking place. And other than that,
I love the way you and your wife fight because it reminds me of my wife. My wife is Portuguese. I'm Italian.
Dude, it is so funny. Friends that are like, are y'all in a fight right now?
Like, motherfucker. And I call her, I say, shut up, bitch. And we love it. We don't hit each other. There's no physical violence, but she is just as alpha as I am. We fucking yell at each other, and the neighbors love us. We scream. And she doesn't get offended by it.
We start our fucking picking, and that's all we're doing. We're picking with each other. They're like, "Y'all all right?" We're like, "No, we're just fucking around with each other." They're like,
sure. That's how we do it. And we have the best stuff ever.
This is foreplay.
That's the strength of a good marriage. You can fuck around with each other like that.
Yeah. We don't get.
Steven asked, "Do you guys realize when Swami did his drunk voice, you all took a drink?" It's psychological at this point, I think, Steven.
Steven, if you want to fucking subscribe to Malted in Montreal, come on in. You'll have a good time. I've lost some subscribers this week because I've been doing a lot of political shows instead of alcohol shows. So if y'all want to help me fucking hit the 1,600, I want to hit 2,000 subs by the end of this year. It's just a fucking goal.
Dude, my whole goal when I first started YouTube was just to hit 1,000. It surprised me.
I hit 1,000 subs like that, but it's the 2,000 mark that seems to be the fucking problem. I hit 1,000 subs within my first 4 months of my channel, and then it's like I peaked too early. You know when you dated the hottest girl in high school, and then everything else has been ugly and fucking flat.
Or you pre-ejaculated.
See, I got lucky because I took and hit 1,000 subscribers like the fucking day after Thanksgiving, and already had, due to the Cybertruck stuff, I had already hit the 4,000 fucking hour mark. Luckily, I released a video in January, and did that video I released in January, I'm already at 4,000 hours for the fucking year.
I blame racism for Rob, though. For Rod. Rod was 1,000 subscribers literally a year ago. It took him fucking like 9 months later before he got monetized. I was like, what the fuck, Rod?
No, I got monetized less than a week.
No, you didn't.
I just got remonetized.
I had
the 4,000 hours.
Yeah, you got your hours literally.
Yeah.
You got 1,000 subs though, like 10 months.
Oh yeah, that was a while back. Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck, Rod? You've had 1,000 subs since 2000.
I used to be monetized back in the day, and then they switched the rules, motherfuckers.
I'm sorry, that was a beer burp. No, I know. But YouTube's going to change it again now. If you don't get super chats now, at least like once every 6 months, they're going to demonetize you.
They're killing like the young people.
Oh,
why? It's just becoming too corporate.
The new rule is you still have to, because they want that 35% that they take off of your super chat. Those pricks. Did you hear about that shit though?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Now you're not going to get a super chat, so you have to super chat.
I'm just surprised when people super chat when they're getting cut. Why not just send it to someone's PayPal, whatever? You put the link in there. Super chat's easier, I guess, but
I always give you a $2 super chat. You've never given me a super chat.
I haven't been on your thing yet.
Never given me a super chat. I think Alan has given me a super chat, and you've never given me a super chat.
I just haven't been on there yet. I haven't been on Alan's thing real yet either. So I got to do stuff there too.
I've given Alan a super chat. I've given you a super chat. I give everybody a super chat. I call it getting the ball rolling. I don't give you a big super chat. I give you like $2 to $5.
Yeah, because once you get one fucking super chat, you get a couple that can come in.
Exactly. So that's
everybody that's in the chat right now, that's your fucking cue to give a super chat.
Yeah, you fucking cheap pricks. Yeah, you're looking at pretty fucking TV. Look at Alan. He needs a new hat. He's been wearing that Alabama hat for fucking.
Exactly. I need a new fucking Alabama hat. I've had this hat with this fucking houndstooth right here for over 3 fucking months now. Every time I go fucking live, so I mean that should tell you something.
This motherfucker is living off of fried bologna sandwiches and government cheese for fucking 6 years. Give him some money, you cheap pricks. Come on, Steve Tunis. Oh. I'm talking to you, Blake. Hurry up, bud.
So, I tell you, it's this channel right here that we're on right now. Like, I haven't posted anything, I don't think, in like 3 weeks. I've got 2 interviews I've got to take and get scheduled. They're people that take and do the.
That's why we got nobody watching. You didn't put us on your good channel. You put us on the fucking low rent channel. Yeah, fucking prick.
Oh Lord, here. We'll take and put it on. We'll
You didn't put us on the 2,000 sub channel, Ron. We're not good enough to be on his big channel.
No, this is the big channel. Big channel.
Yeah, right.
But the thing about it is, what fucking in tech or fucking what real tech or fucking car news have you heard since fucking COVID? None. My fucking channel's basically been dead.
But you gotta talk. What is? Rod, you better do that on my fucking.
I got a quarter. Let me throw a quarter your way. What is that Canadian? 50 cents?
I've got. Rod, you know Daniel, right? You know Daniel.
Yeah.
He always gives me a 99 center every fucking show.
Does he really?
He probably figures you're Jewish. You're good with money, right?
But I'm half Italian, so I spend that.
Oh God, yeah. See, that's the other half of the ancestry that people don't fucking understand. Like, real, it's the Italian half that's gonna fuck you over all the goddamn time.
I'm not allowed, by the way, because.
But do y'all have any mobs around there for you to fucking join?
my father was Russian. My father was Russian Jewish, and my mother was a Catholic Italian. So it makes me mobster 100%. Because the fucking Chechen mob is Jews, and the fucking Italian mob is Catholic.
Well, you could never be made like on Goodfellas. You got to be
No,
100%
I have to be an
Sicilian.
outsider.
Cheers to Beer Chugs. Thanks for stopping in, homie. Appreciate
Cheers,
it.
Chugs.
Which Chugs, if you've got a fucking Facebook, you got to take and look up. You got to take and look me up on fucking Facebook.
Beer Chugs' thing looks like Frylock.
I think he's on Facebook. I know he's got the Beer Chugs on Facebook, but I think
He's subscribed to me.
too. Yeah.
Has commented on some of my videos. Good.
It looks like he's got a Hills Has Eyes beer mug for his fucking.
No, it looks like Frylock. You know Frylock, Aqua Team Hunger Force. You
It looks like Blake after a couple of vodkas. Damn, homie.
Like, do you buy your vodka in a plastic bottle? Just wondering.
Why would you ask that question? That is very insensitive of you. What the fuck?
He's stereotyping.
I just don't see Blake drinking quality vodka. I see Drake.
That's like asking him if all the fucking sheep around there back up to the fence.
That's only when the busboy hits the room, as Eddie Murphy would say, because the busboy will fuck everything.
Which I'm waiting for the next Made that come to the, or Made in America or Come to the USA, whatever the fuck it was, where he played the African Prince.
Coming to America.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a part 2. I'm waiting on that.
I watched his Dolomite movie on Netflix. It was okay. It wasn't Eddie's very hit and miss when it comes to movies. When it comes to fucking stand-up, Eddie's the king.
Dude,
That's what I want to see. I would love to see Eddie fucking come out with one last fucking stand-up.
Oh, Eddie said he was going to. He said he was going to do it at 50 after his youngest kid was old enough or whatever, but hasn't happened yet. But he is planning to return, I know, to stand up.
Yeah, I would love to see Eddie do his thing.
That's like asking if I put marshmallows on collard greens. Of course, Swami. Which I tell you, I love Raw, but one of the funniest fucking comedy CDs I've ever heard was of Eddie Murphy of anything was Eddie Murphy, and it's the one where he takes and talks about the buckwheat and different stuff like that.
Yeah, his Saturday Night Live return on Saturday Night Live 2 years ago was the best Saturday Night Live in like 15 years. It was so.
Yeah, it's because Saturday Night Live has gotten so goddamn fucking just stupid, and it's not funny no more.
Yeah, but Saturday Night Live is great only when 3 people do it, and 3 people, one of them can't do it anymore because he masturbates in front of people, and that's Louis C.K. And the other one is fucking Eddie Murphy or Dave Chappelle. Whenever those 3 are on, you know it's going to be the best fucking show ever. Fuck.
I don't know how they've done it, but they wasted one of the better fucking comedy talents of this generation in Pete Davidson. Like, dude is fucking legit fucking funny.
I don't like Pete Davidson. I'm sorry. He's fucking annoying.
He's pretty funny. He is. Yeah. I think he did that one episode where he got the joke a little too close to the fire or whatever it was. I forgot. Like people were like upset with him.
Fucking the senator with the eye patch. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I'd like to ocularly rape that fucking senator. If you're watching right now, I want to stick my dick in your ocular hole. I don't give a fuck. All right.
Cheers to you. Thanks for stopping in. I don't know if I'd be threatening something like that with somebody who's been to who's special ops and stuff like that.
I don't give a fuck.
Because he's different than the regular fucking army who got, look, I can fight with these fucking things with the red things on the ends of them. And I can choke you out if you get on top of me. He's a little bit different than that. He knows better hand to hand than them. I think
I said something 2 weeks ago and I stick to it. All right. More people a year die in construction work than the army.
Oh no, you're right about that.
All right. And I it's a fact. It's a fucking fact. That more people that build your houses and your bridges and your fucking buildings and everything else around you die a year. Where are their statues? Why can't we erect some fucking hero statues for construction workers? All right.
Or even the people that take and bring our groceries and stuff like that via trucks and stuff, because goddamn, if the fucking trucking industry ever decided, you know what, fuck this, we're going on strike for 4 fucking days, our country. You think COVID played fucking havoc on our fucking stock market? Wait till the truckers decide. You know what? Fuck this. We're going on strike for 2 fucking weeks. We're fucked.
I got nothing. I got nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
I've got nothing personally against someone that wants to join the army. That's fine. But don't ask me to put you up on a fucking pedestal, and I'm not going to thank you for your fucking.
Most military people don't, though. The ones I know, they kind of don't even want to be acknowledged.
My brother served in the army, and he's like, dude, and this is my thing. It takes a different kind of. It takes either somebody that's fucking completely crazy to want to join the army and be infantry, but a lot of people that join the military do so to get out of the fucking situation they're in.
Yeah, because they want to go to school.
Right.
Well, not only that, if you take a look at our military since the Clintons and Bushes and stuff like that, we've still got troops over in Afghanistan. It's not for taking and restoring law and order. It's basically to protect the fucking opium fields of the fucking Al-Qaeda warlords out there.
I wouldn't even say it's for protecting the opium fields. I think that they keep a fucking base in Afghanistan for one reason and one reason only. It's so that they can have a base in fucking Afghanistan. It's so they can feed the fucking heroin trade over here to the fucking U.S. And so that way we can keep the fucking prison industrial system fucking in business. Because maybe, but to me personally, I think the reason why there are military bases all over the world is for, again, American imperialism, and that's
it's part of it.
Why do Americans have a base in Germany? Why the fuck do you need a base in Germany? The Nazis
NATO.
Why do you need a base in fucking Korea? All right, why do you need a base in fucking
North Korea just bombed the South Korea building?
Korea is the only American base I think needs to stay open. That in Japan.
Why is there a military base still in Vietnam? Why is there a military base? Like, there's a military base in Canada.
Look, where we go, we stay. We stay. I mean,
exactly. It's a fucking American imperialism.
If you took in CB, if you joined the military before the military is like it is now, thank you for your service.
Yeah.
He
got drafted. He'd been back in Vietnam time, probably.
But the military now is to take and serve American interests. It's not to take and protect American freedoms like
it's a jobs program. All right, it's literally a jobs program, and that's what the military-industrial complex is. It's a fucking jobs program, and it's the only jobs program that Republicans are cool with. All right, it's straightforward. That's all it is. It's the only one that they can say, like, we could spend money on this. Blah 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 blah. It's a fucking jobs program. End of story. The fucking military altogether, nobody uses ground troops anymore. It's all fucking drone wars now. It's all fucking.
Who introduced the drones in mass use for American military uses? Obama.
Yeah.
Like Obama, everybody hails Obama over here as he's this or that. In the fucking Middle East, they hate his fucking guts.
I agree.
The fucking grime artist I fucking react to.
Not only that,
UK, a fucking Palestinian and fucking Middle Eastern fucking.
Obama was the king of the fucking NSA. Obama was also fucking deporter in chief, just like fucking Trump, even worse than Trump.
He deported more people than Trump ever thought about fucking doing. Yeah. Obama had a good plan for the healthcare. Unfortunately, it was a fucking abortion of a plan. It's the only bad thing.
Only people that love Obama, again, and I've stated this on my show, and Alan saw the show where I said it, are the fucking Karens and the fucking phony liberal fucking progressive fucking movement of fucking progressive corporatists that love Obama because they get to say, well, I voted for a black man, so I'm not fucking racist. And it's like, yeah.
That's what.
Yeah, by saying it, you kind of showed you're kind of racist.
That's the reason why a lot of white Democrats voted for Obama. To be honest with you,
but
Vanessa, we had drones before Obama. Before Obama, they weren't armed with fucking predator. They weren't armed with fucking missiles to take shit out.
Did we have some with W though? I think W we had some with missiles, didn't we?
Yeah, there's only one.
They weren't used to the extent they
well, no, I mean Obama had more drone, I think, kills than W did, of course. But
there was only
I was just thinking we had them.
in the history of the United States, there are two fucking great presidents, and that's FDR and Jimmy Carter. And that's
Fuck FDR. That motherfucker took in socialist this country more than anybody in this world.
I like FDR.
I think FDR did it, but he was still part racist though too. So
He was the most socialist fucking president of all time, and I loved Jimmy Carter. And Jimmy Carter,
both FDR and Teddy were racist.
Jimmy
Although
Carter's
their ideas weren't that bad.
we've ever fucking had.
pardon?
And Jimmy Carter's the most useless president we've ever
No,
fucking
he was the best president you ever fucking had.
No.
Yep.
He was the nicest.
No,
Nobody was nicer than Jimmy Carter.
Eisenhower was better. Fucking Teddy was better. Goddamn, even Calvin Coolidge was better.
I disagree. I think you have FDR and you have Carter, and the rest are all shitbags.
Easy now. You still got Washington and Jefferson and all them fuckers.
Yeah, but those guys, I'm not big fans on the founding fathers.
Mm-hmm.
For obvious reasons.
What,
I mean, their
again,
principles are good, but
we can go to any country and their foundings, and we can take.
yeah, I mean, the principles were there, but the principles weren't applied, except for Adams. Adams and his son did not have slaves.
Again, we could go to any country, and they've got sins for their foundings. I mean,
Sure.
You know,
I'm just saying.
I find it funny that America is blamed for taking and running out for taking and being so bad to the Native Americans. Whenever that all started under Great Britain, it's like, bruh, it's just, and not only that. Look, what happened on Trail of Tears was fucking awful, but don't get it twisted. In the fact of number one, the ones considered natives here weren't fucking native. They actually, it's been traced. They took and come over through a fucking land bridge whenever.
Sure, land bridge, everything when it was formed.
There were people here before the people that were considered fucking native. The one that were here beforehand actually had mound fucking burials that dated before fucking the fucking Iroquois and the fucking.
Well, they even said like there's researchers on Africans were here before the slave stuff too. That came over and traveled and went back. Yeah.
And this is one thing that gets me about fucking racism in fucking general. We all fucking descend from goddamn Mesopotamia or the fucking Mesopotamia in fucking Africa, you fucking idiots.
Fuck you! I was
the cradle of life.
Jesus, all right, Jesus fucking put me here, and I'm not from a fucking ape. I'm directly descended directly from Jesus Christ. All right, don't fucking.
That's from the Jewish.
The Earth is only 200 years old. All right, I don't want to hear it.
It's
back when you had pet dinosaurs.
All right, look, if you're going by biblical sense, it'd be the Earth is no more than 4,000 years old.
I don't fucking know. Whatever. I'm covered in Jesus' blood. I can't get COVID. That's all I know.
It doesn't work that way.
That's how it works. You cover
no. We've had many churches prove it doesn't work that way.
God damn it! That's not what I was told by my priest. He said if I take it in the ass from him.
Well, but that's what we have. But Obama was the most prolific. That's what I'm saying. Even Trump has that at his disposal. He's like, no, send a fucking human up there and goddamn, they can drop the fucking Moab bomb on fucking Syria.
What happened to all of our daisy cutters? I wonder. They just kind of sit in stockpile.
I don't know.
those fuckers would do some damage. That was the funny thing. We fought Afghanistan. They're like, well, drop some bombs on them. Like.
All right.
The dudes are in caves. All we're doing is making more caves. You can't win Afghanistan. Russia tried to show you this in the 80s.
Who did the better out of the only two celebrities that fucking did really good fucking videos? Who did it best? Killer Mike or Dave Chappelle?
What video?
Dave Chappelle came out with this video last
846.
846 was
and Killer Mike did his fucking talk in Atlanta.
Oh, it was Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Killer
Mike was awesome to watch as well because he basically told CNN to go fuck themselves.
Yep.
Because CNN is a big problem.
He told everybody to fucking arm themselves, which I liked a lot.
Yeah. Which everybody does at this point in time, if you haven't armed yourself, you're going to be in trouble because in all honesty, I think we do have a civil war coming, but it's not like it was before, North versus South, and none of that shit. It's going to be people versus people and against the fucking government at the same time. It's going to be a 3-way fucking civil war. But I think actually what's going to happen is a lot of people are going to coalesce Go against the fucking government, and then whatever squabbles we have with each other will be taken care of. Fucking.
I just like the media is finally kind of admitting that Trump, even when he loses to Biden, is not leaving. I finally like that they're finally saying it because we've all been.
There's a fear, so I think he'll leave.
Not leaving. We all know he's not leaving.
I think if it's close, he might try to argue, but
this is sort of the beginning.
Trump I'm just telling y'all right now. My prediction is Trump wins re-election.
No, I think I'm honestly going to say it right now. My prediction is Trump loses by a landslide, but doesn't fucking leave.
No, Trump. I'm telling you, Trump
then
wins.
he'll be taken out.
No, I think Trump wins, and it's going to be the catalyst for this fucking civil war that everybody's fucking screaming about right now. I'm telling you straight up.
Trump is fucking out, and I can guarantee it almost that Trump is going to be out by a landslide. And I don't like Biden, all right? And Rod knows this. Everyone that knows me knows I fucking hate Biden. But America loves Biden. They love that motherfucker. I don't know what it is about that fucking kooky, crazy, weird
pedophile, hair sniffing motherfucker.
Yeah, they love him.
I think Biden can win. I think if Biden wins, it'll be a close one. I don't think it'll be a landslide because Biden can flip to like 3 of the states that are in concern.
It's gonna fucking destroy and roll over Trump, but I don't think Trump is leaving. I think that Trump is gonna fucking bunker down. And he's gonna have all.
Well, he won't have any more support because they'll go in and take him out.
I'm telling y'all as somebody that takes and reads fucking all kinds of shit and the fucking comment sections of every fucking thing. This is gonna be worse than the fucking. This is gonna be more of a tepid turnout than what it was with Trump and Hillary. People dislike Biden as much as they dislike fucking Hillary because of the shit that's come out and because the fact that he's got so many fucking gaffes, and you still have people that hate Trump. I'm telling you.
But he's losing some of the women he had before them too.
Yeah. Trump is
he's losing some of the suburban women.
Yeah, the white women are turning on him like crazy, and they like Biden.
Yeah.
They love him. Listen, all corporatists love Biden. Because all these rich motherfuckers like Obama. Because Obama made all these rich motherfuckers richer. And Biden is the extension of Obama. And black people love Biden. Not young black people, but people like elder black people like Rod here. Not Rod himself, but
like
Rod
elder.
Rod's pretty old. And they love him. I don't know why, but they do. They love him. That's
some interesting history there, CB.
Right.
Family came to North America in 1611 after the Revolution. Long Island was our family farm. Was put on a wagon train to Canada in 1778. Wow. That's interesting. Canada guy telling us America loves Biden. America hates both fucking candidates at this point. I think
I fucking can't stand them. But I'm a Bernie bro. I've been a Bernie, and I proudly call myself a Bernie bro. I fucking don't care if people fucking hate that term.
Yeah, I was more of a Yang gang. I think
I'm
Yang
a Bernie bro. I don't care. Bro, sexist, and you don't like women. I like one woman. She's living here, but she puts out, and she doesn't annoy me too much. So that's. White women are the most annoying people on earth. Sorry, guys. It's just a fact. All right. All you white women out there,
Rod's been sharing enough fucking videos to take and prove that white women are fucking aggravating motherfuckers.
I'm not saying like it's not all white women. It's just, I don't know. I'm not going to use Karen anymore because I feel like I know some good Karens in the world. I feel like they're getting slandered so much. It's like I'm trying not to use Karens anymore.
No. There's no such thing as a good fucking Karen.
Rod, you're still in my videos and posting them on your Facebook, man.
I thought about that earlier today. Like I can't keep using Karen.
It's a challenge because I've got a very, very close friend who's an ultra feminist, and she always says like, "Oh, the world would be better if women ran it." And I said, "No, you guys will run it the exact same way we do." And she's like, "No, women are just inherently better than men." And I was like, "Okay." So every day I'm posting like 6 or 7 videos of a bunch of white bitches going crazy and racist on fucking line. I'm like, yeah, you guys are gonna do such a good job. Look at your fucking representation. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
16 friends went out of Florida to the nightclub. All 16 got corona. Now the bar's closed down. Down in Florida.
I love you, Vanessa. You're the only white woman that's cool, all right? Other than my wife. but like, y'all white bitches are crazy. You Hillary Clinton motherfuckers, your group is fucking nuts.
Wait. Let's just agree right here that all fucking women are crazy. I don't give a shit what race they are. They're all fucking nuts.
I love my wife. She's chill. She's never victimized. She's fucking hot as fuck. You guys are on my Facebook, so you.
Yeah.
And she comes home every day. I'm like, baby, were you raped today or assaulted? She's like, no. And I was like, cool, did the bus driver make a pass? She's like, he'll look at me, but whatever. And I'm like, cool.
I think every husband has said it numerous amount of times. Why would you do that? No matter what the race, every husband has asked their wives numerous times, why would you do that?
I'm like, no. She puts on a shirt where her titties are flashing. She knows she's gonna get looks. She doesn't get all offended and shit like that. She's like, I put it on to get looks, fuck. And you know.
So she's got her good head on her shoulders, and she knows exactly.
She's not victimized. She doesn't feel victimized. If a guy looks at her or
she understands fucking basic anatomy then and how everything works.
Yeah, she understands that she's not gonna get fucking like, you know, there's always a chance. There's some fucking prick. But she realized that 90% of men are not evil bastards that are sitting there jerking off in her hair. She realizes, you know, there's like a small percentage of perverted, disgusting, evil fucks out there. And she doesn't look at the entire male race as an evil, disgusting, sludgy fuck. And that's why I love her. She realizes there are a minority of disgusting assholes out there, just like there are probably a minority of disgusting women out there. She doesn't believe the media narrative that all men are fucking evil. All right.
And Vanessa says a bullwhip keeps the guys in line pretty good.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's from her dominatrix days when she puts her heels on. She's 6'9".
My wife, what the worst scenario she ever got was from a cop. A cop came on to my wife, and my wife told her to fuck off, and the cop followed her for like fucking 3 blocks. And then she called me on her cell phone, and I was like, what the fuck, man? It's like, that was the weirdest thing ever. I was like, what do I do? Fuck. Like, do I fucking...
You go to jail.
I go to jail. That's it. It was like... The cop finally walked the other way when she was like, leave me the fuck alone. She like was screaming like in the middle of the street, and the cop fucking like ran away. And that was like the worst situation with my wife.
Vanessa, if you take and listen to media these days and you take and read any fucking articles that has to do with men, we're all misogynistic, evil motherfuckers.
I don't
know if that's all the media, but that's definitely all Lifetime channel.
No, that's all fucking media. Otherwise, have the Rolling Stone have to take and roll back their fucking and apologize for articles of like rape culture on fucking college campuses.
Listen, Vanessa,
I didn't know what toxicity was about it last year. Like, what the fuck are they keep talking about?
Yeah, but seriously, I've never seen Vanessa. I don't even know what she looks like. But Vanessa, I just want to jerk off like right now, like no fucking apparently, because that's what the media tells me.
I'm going to the bathroom. I gotta pee.
All right.
Didn't he just pee before? He got a little ass bladder. Now he's talking. I wanted to make sure you were still there.
Alan, you might want to go to a doctor, right? You gotta 20 seconds. That's the first signs of testicular cancer, my friend. If you gotta pee all the goddamn time.
Yeah.
Well, fucking awesome.
Vanessa's good, people.
Yeah, she's fucking awesome. She's on my Instagram. My the only thing I don't have Vanessa on is my Facebook.
Her backyard she's designing is shit. They got so much good stuff out there. I can literally live in her backyard with the fire pit and stuff like that they got going on. Plus, they're building a forge.
It's so funny, though, because, Rod, people think I'm sexist. I'm not sexist. I love women. I was raised by women. My dad died when I was 5. My mom raised me, and I have 7 sisters. I got nothing against women. I don't like the victim culture bullshit. It's fucking annoying, especially when it comes from white women. Because white women are fucking the most, like, I don't know how to say this. I'm too drunk to be politically correct when I fucking talk about this. But the fucking complaints about man spreading on the buses and bullshit like that loses me. All right. When you guys want to talk about like real deal shit, then I'm fucking cool. But when you talk about fucking incoherent fucking complaints that mean nothing, then I fucking lose it. And I'm just like, I don't care. All right.
Yeah.
Like when they talk about the pink tax thing, oh, fuck off.
The what tax thing?
Pink tax.
What the fuck is that?
The pink tax is like if they buy something that's pink or made for women, it's more expensive than the fucking male version. Like if there's
You got that in Canada?
they have it everywhere in the States. Everywhere.
We don't have a pink tax.
Yeah, it's pink tax. If you buy, let's say your little girl a 3-wheeler that's pink, it's going to be more expensive than the blue 3-wheeler that is for boys. But this is what you do, all right? If the razors that are pink are exactly the same as the razors that are blue to shave your legs, buy the blue razors. Don't buy the pink ones.
Let me ask Alan, because Alan has
the
one.
exact same thing. It's just one is pink and the other one's blue.
Have you ever seen a pink tax here in the States? So
Yeah.
Alan. Yeah, I don't think we've had
Alan
them.
doesn't know, and you don't know because you don't buy pink razors.
No, but Alan has daughters and a wife there, so
Yeah.
he's seen a pink tax.
Well, they talk about.
I think it's a Canadian thing. I think they're lying to you up there.
No, it's an all over thing. It's a big.
No, I've heard women here talk about a pink tax, but I'm like, I have to take and buy pads for my daughter and my wife, and y'all pay the same taxes on y'all shit as I do.
I agree with the women on one thing. The pads should be covered by your medical provider because it's something that you have to have.
I can agree. I can agree with that. I can agree with that completely.
I can, because it is something that they need. They do have periods. It's not a myth. I know Christians like to believe that it's not. It's God punishing you for being a woman. But no, honestly, they do need pads. So that I'm cool with that being like a medical provided thing. Like that should be provided by your insurance.
Vanessa, the problem is the fact that right now people that want to play the victim card they're being protected. They're one of the special protected classes.
Yeah.
Along with, and I hate to say this, homosexuals and trans.
But that gets me mad. And this is what gets me mad and I say it. And my wife is in full agreement with me on this because she's one of the few rational white women in the world.
No, they aren't.
That you're not a minority. You are a fucking protected fucking. If I gotta say that I got white privilege, white women gotta say they got white privilege too. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm cool with saying I got white privilege. I understand I do. White woman's got just as much privilege as I do, and if she wants to run the show, she's gonna run it just as shitty as I do. And that's the fucking.
What gets me is this country bends over backwards for less than 1% of the country when it comes to, and I have nothing against homosexual people at all. I have nothing against people that are trans. However, our laws bend over backwards for people that make up less than 1% of the fucking population.
I don't think they bend over backwards.
No, they do.
I'm going to be honest. What they're asking for is for equality, and that's chill. All right.
Yeah, I think it's as long as it's made equal.
No, I can understand. No, I understand equality completely. However, taking and going a woman, a dude that wants to be that's pretending that's taking and saying that they're a woman and is wanting to compete in women's sports.
Yeah, I'm
allowed to compete in women's fucking sports. And if you don't, you're open to a fucking lawsuit. No, that's bending over the fuck backwards.
Yeah,
taking and saying that guys that haven't gone through the sex change yet, but identify as a woman, should be allowed in a woman's fucking locker room. No, because that opens up all kinds of fucking cans of fucking worms.
I would say on that end, it's kind of, to me, it's the women's choice. I don't even want to get involved in that part. That to me.
Well, a lot of women feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, if they feel uncomfortable, I understand that.
So which one is right? The one that feels like they're a woman and wants to take and be
gender dysphoria to me is actually a real thing. To be born in the wrong body is fine. I said it at the beginning of the show, and at the beginning of the show, I said it. I said
no, that's completely.
Gender dysphoria to me is real, but I do believe that gender is binary. I am 100% in agreement that gender is binary, meaning you're either a male or a female. But that gender dysphoria means that a male can be born in a female's body, and a female can be born in a male's body, meaning their brain is set to being female, or their brain is set to being male.
And see, I can agree with that 100%. But at the same point in time, do we allow the changing, like? Do we allow somebody who was born in a male body, but who for their whole life has felt like a female? Do we allow them?
If they've gone through the full sex the sex change.
Well, see, that's the other thing. If they've gone through the full fucking, a lot of these people haven't gone through the full fucking sex.
Some they can't afford it.
Well, yeah,
and they can't afford they can't even afford the fucking hormone blockers and stuff like that. You take go to the sex change, you take hormone blockers for the rest of your life, which means you have no more advantage because you don't have as much. You've got about as much testosterone pumped through your body as a regular fucking woman does.
Yeah,
somebody who's born biologically a fucking woman. That once you take and have the sex change, compete with a fucking woman on all fucking levels. I had no problem with that.
No, I'm still not cool with the compete shit because there was the UFC girl who came in that had a full sex change and she was breaking people's jaws and fucking cracking skulls and shit like that.
I don't think you can have the transgender athletes going against the women. I think that's an issue.
That's I think there needs to be a transgender fucking like division in NCAA. In fucking pro and everything like that, because otherwise what you're going to have is you're going to have an unfair competitive advantage.
Yeah,
and it's been
Blake is bringing up the thing I talked about. There was a transgender that was in not the UFC, but it was an MMA, and she was breaking, like she almost killed someone at one point. She ended up losing to a woman though, so a woman did end up beating her eventually.
But the thing is, the woman beat her was a more fucking technical fighter than what the fuck that person.
Yeah. Did you see the name he put on there? By the way,
Sharon Dick. Yeah.
This
is why we love Blake TV.
All I know is I'm the dude disguised as a dude playing the dude.
I watched a movie this week. That's from what's his name? You think Crybaby? You remember the movie Crybaby? Who's
you're talking about with
the pencil mustache? I always forget his fucking name.
Johnny Depp?
No, Johnny Depp was in it, but the director of it, he's really well known.
Oh, you're talking about John Waters or whatever.
John Waters, yeah. He did a movie called Serial Mom with Kathleen Turner.
Yeah.
All right. And in one part of the movie, there's like a executive on stage, and she goes, "I found your magazine in your trash bag." And she goes, "Are you subscribed to chicks with dicks?" And I watched and I was laughing and I was like, me and my wife were giggling and we're like, you know that this movie today would like literally they would freak out and fucking murder John Waters, who's gay.
Yeah. John Wood. Yeah, John Waters. Yeah.
For using the term "chicks with dicks" and it's fucking.
But the Russian athletes are women, so their problem is steroids.
Yeah, Vanessa, there's a difference between somebody who's juiced up on fucking steroids because they failed so many goddamn fucking juicing tests after the fucking Olympics and shit like that, and before Olympics, get 90% of them fucking disqualified. They fucking train all their fucking life because as soon as they're noticed, hey, look, you have fucking talent. You're going to be on a fucking Olympic team, and they're fucking built that fucking way. That's the fucking competitive advantage Russian women have. There's a big difference between them and somebody who is born a man, who who until that time has testosterone pushing through their body, and still, even with the fucking hormone blockers, still probably has their musculature is a lot different than what the fucking woman's is. There's a big difference between those two things.
Also, there's a middle ground. There's a middle ground to every argument. Like there's a lot of because of what's been going on in the news. A lot of I was talking about redlining today and white flight and shit like that. All right. There's a difference between, let's say, you're not having an issue with black people moving into your neighborhood as, let's say, a white neighborhood, and then there are some actual valid dissenting voices that will say, like, well, if you're going to be honest, you can say it for the same thing for white people, Spanish people, black people, everything like that you don't want, like, maybe Crips or Bloods or Hell's Angels or things like that moving into your fucking neighborhood.
There's a difference between black people and fucking Latinos moving into your neighborhood.
We're fucking white idiots with the white flight shit that I was talking about. Won't think automatically if black people move into their fucking neighborhood they're gonna have Crips and Bloods just because you're having.
But normally it's not even here. Normally it's not even that the Crips or Bloods are gonna move in. It's that your property values are gonna go down. That's the fucking mindset.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm not American.
No, that's it's. And see, that's part of the built-in, and a lot of that is going away, thank God, because the generation, I'm going to say the generation after I was fucking born, like in the fucking mid to late 80s and early 90s, because I grew up in a fucking different time. My mindset, like I said, I grew up with a very racist and very homophobic fucking mindset. All that's fucking changed. Like even before my brother come out to me as being gay, it's funny. My wife is like, "Yeah, I think your brother, I think he's gay or whatever." And I was like, "Yeah, no, whatever." I didn't care though. He come out to me. I was like, "Dude, that's cool. I wish you'd have done it fucking sooner."
You see Blake's comment?
That is Blake.
No, but Rob, what do you think about? Do you find that redlining and white flight is still prevalent where you live?
Yeah, it's still prevalent. My wife runs a nonprofit against it. It's very prevalent.
See,
I
think you see a lot. I think you've seen a lot of that, especially come back, and it's not called that around here. It's more gentrification.
Well, that's a big problem too.
Yeah,
Well, I think that's the new redlining and white flight is a fucking gentrification. It's that this time they're pushing people out.
No, there's still areas that they have to send out testers because they won't rent to like black people, Latino people, whatever like that. And they'll say, "Oh no, blah blah blah," and then they'll send a white person out and they'll end up renting to them. Then they bust them and take them to court.
There was a black guy there was a black fella, and he's an older gentleman. It took him he decided to have a house built out here in the area I live in, and he got so many fucking death threats that he fucking wound up moving. Thank God there's another fellow lives on 17A that moved out here, and we've got my niece is married to a guy in the Marine Corps. They dated, I think, since she was like in 10th grade. African American guy, black dude, he's fucking. I love him to death. I fucking got my other niece. They've got her and her husband, or well, I say they're common law basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's the reason. Not only that, I've got two cousins who one of them they decided before they're going to have kids, they're going to take and adopt underprivileged children. Well, the first. They found a child from I think Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
They took and adopted, and then they adopted a child from New Orleans, and another one also from Nigeria, and I think the other one from the Atlanta area. And they're different color kids. They're black kids, but they're fucking beautiful. Regardless of anything, they're fucking beautiful, and they're fucking. And this is part, and long before this being in the Coast Guard. But the thing about it is, it's got me since then. It's like I've seen some of the comments, and it's like, why the fuck would you take and say that shit? Like even with like the Colin Kaepernick thing, they took and blocked and deleted a lot of their friends. And I fucking understood because it's like, how can you take and not have family members that are different skin color from you? Number one. Number two, how can you not live in a fucking world where people are it's a skin color. That's all the fuck it is. We all bleed the same goddamn color.
You also gotta look at the other.
We all fucking come from fucking Mesopotamia from way back fucking when. That's where all fucking humanity fucking began. That's where we fucking our ancestors settled. It's the only fucking difference we fucking have. How can you fucking look at somebody and be like, because of their skin color, they're fucking beneath you, or it's this or that or the other?
But there's also
you're so fucking nice because you. It's not about that. It's what.
But there also is like when I lived in the States, I noticed that there's also a lot of racism that comes out of the black side against white people too, though.
Well, there is, but a lot of that is also ingrained because
a lot of the black guys I met when I was in the States, they didn't like white people too much either, though. It was like
a lot of that.
It depends on the history and things that run. I mean, yeah, it's the States. There's the thing. I was like, people always say racism itself is more than a play with power. If you don't have power over anyone, by definition, you're not really racist. You can be prejudiced type thing, but
because I met
if you're going by the hardcore definition of it,
no. A prejudice against a different person of different fucking skin color is racist. I don't give a shit what it is.
Yeah.
I don't give it.
Well, I'm saying by the true definition of is basically using your power to affect someone of another race.
By modern definition.
No, pull up Merriam-Webster because they're actually redoing that.
They're
actually readjusting it now. As a matter of fact.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
it's fucking
blame
modern times. But modern times don't take it doesn't matter if it's fucking because of what the fuck. If you have a problem with a person of a different fucking skin color, you're fucking racist. Plain and fucking
I
simple.
agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with Eclectic on that shit. I'm sorry, Rod. I do. I agree with that. I don't like the new modern term that's again. To me, that's a feelings term. Shit.
That's taking it. That's another thing of taking and get rid of.
My
fucking
feelings are
historical
that
shit.
the white man has been the oppressor for years, so you can't be racist towards someone that's oppressing you, or blah 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 blah. And to me, when I hear black segregationists, I get the same feeling I hear when I hear white segregationists. I just think it's taking a step backwards.
It makes you feel yucky taking to hear.
But there's been a lot of
one
stuff going backwards for sure. So
To me, it's like, okay, we're supposed to be living together, not segregating. When I hear black people talk about segregation or returning to Africa or whatever, I'm like, when I hear that shit, it's like that does kind of like, it doesn't hurt.
But that's different though.
About it, but
that's if you want over 400 years of seeing stuff thrown against you, then you might say I want to separate off because nothing's working no matter what we do.
The thing about it is, if you take a look at most African views of African Americans, there is a very bad fucking view of African Americans from actual Africans because they've had it worse because they went through stuff like apartheid, which is way worse than what the fuck we went through here in the U.S. Like way fucking worse. That being said, is see this is where nuance comes into the fucking conversation because I can understand their fucking point of view of stuff, and I can also read their fucking history.
Also, where you got to walk on eggshells and make sure you say the right thing. This is
well, no, I'm coming from this from a fucking historical,
no problem.
From a historical standpoint. So if I say the wrong thing, my fucking apologies. You get offended. I wasn't intended that way. If you take it that way, sorry, you can't read between the fucking lines. You know what the fucking saying? It's as simple as that. Yeah. I can understand the viewpoint of people from Africa who've been fucking asked about people that are black over here in this country. And be like, yeah, because they think of a lot of the African Americans here as being soft because a lot of things they've had to take and go through, not only due to tribal stuff over there, but also national stuff. Because over in Africa, it's a lot different than it is over here. Because over here you have governmental stuff and you've got regional stuff. Over there you've got not only you have national stuff, you've also got tribal stuff, and you've got things that we don't have to take and deal with over here, regardless of anything. I don't care of any fucking race. So there's a lot of things, and the European colonialism took and existed over there a lot longer than it existed over here, because it wasn't until the early 1900s that some African countries got out from under fucking some European rules. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of the fucking stuff that they've had over there, like South Africa with the apartheid, a lot of that was built in for fucking 200 fucking years, and it's only fucking 80 fucking years they've taken and gotten past, gotten where they actually have gotten independence, but still white people were in fucking power there, and the fucking ways that they took and still tried genocide against black people in South Africa is a lot different than the fucking even the power structure we have here in the U.S. where whites have been in power for basically forever. At the same point in time, the genocide wasn't attempted there like it was here.
I'm more than happy to admit, not saying happy, but I'm more than able to admit that I do see that I have privilege. I do see that like I'm blind by a lot of what
I've got privilege and circumstances
because I'm not an actual black person, so I haven't gone through a lot of what a black person's gone through. At the same time, I don't like hearing segregation talk from anybody, so it does tend to bother me. But I guess I'm coming from a place that just doesn't understand it because I'm not black. But when I hear it, it bothers me. I'm not gonna lie, because I feel deep down that I don't think that I've done anything to propagate racism. I don't think I've done anything to push out the ideals of racism. So when I hear a black person say like, "Oh, fucking white people this and this shit," and it gets like, on my, I'm not gonna lie, it gets on my fucking nerves. And I'm like, I hear it, I'm like, I get it's fucking shitty what's happening to you. But maybe it's because I'm not black, so I haven't dealt with your issues. But at the same time, I don't know. It's to walk.
No group is absolute. So
I'm gonna say this. I apologize for the ignorance I had from my youth.
I'm not.
I'm not low. I'm no longer. No. Because I was racist.
All right.
I was very much racist in my youth.
All right.
It took me taking and going and working, like I said, in a predominantly African American town, taking see. Oh shit! A lot of these fucking prejudices are fucking based on just absolute dumb shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So any way I might have hurt somebody that might fucking see this, but I know that motherfucker that I offended you at that point in time. I do apologize for that. However, I do believe that a lot of stuff in the U.S., a lot of things in the U.S., especially since, because I've seen so many fucking progresses as far as race is concerned in this country since I was fucking growing up, and it was even better. It was the racial relationships were a lot better when I was growing up than whenever my parents were growing up in the 60s and the fucking 70s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of the stuff that we see that they're white people still have a fucking, they do have a certain privilege of not having to take and incur the same kind of wrath that fucking black people do when they're stopped by police and things like that.
I agree.
However, to take and say that white people don't have a lot of the same struggles, especially poverty stricken in places like Detroit or fucking Chicago and places like that.
But that's why
the only thing is the media doesn't take and shed as much light.
And that's one of the things. That's why I like Bernie a lot. And a lot of people ask me like, why was I so in love with the guy?
Which I'll say this around here, if you're white, you're poor, you're a lot better positioned to take and make things better.
And I understand maybe that's why he lost the black vote. But he didn't care about race. He looked at people by. But
how the fuck did Biden get the goddamn? How the fuck is Biden expected to get the black vote when he took
my head hurts when I talk.
Sanders didn't get the black vote because not enough black people really knew what Sanders was, and they believed a lot of stuff Hillary was pushing.
But they should know enough about what the fuck Biden was about because he passed the fucking He helped take and alter.
Some do, not a lot of black people. I mean, I should say a lot. There's a lot of black people that will vote for Biden, but there's a lot of black people I know, more of a younger generation that don't really like Biden, but it's more of a hate for Trump that's going to get Biden votes from them.
Yeah, like I said, I think that Biden's going to win by a landslide because there's going to be a turnout, but it's not going to be a turnout because they love Biden, but it's going to be a turnout because they don't. I
don't know. Hopefully, it's not like fucking Georgia's primary because they got shit all fucked up there.
Okay. And I do have a question. I keep hearing that Donald Trump with the fucking dog whistle stuff for racists.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if we're all fucking noticing the fucking stuff he does, this, you know, for folks that are the racist persuasion, how the fuck is it a dog whistle? Because we can all fucking hear it.
Yeah.
Because he's not.
Are we all fucking racist?
No, the reason you can hear it as a dog whistle is because he's not actually saying it, but he's saying it in a coded word. That's all dog whistle means. He's saying it in the words he's choosing are loaded words in some of his stuff, and that's why they're saying dog whistle.
Being a dog whistle, only dogs be able to hear it. So if he's talking racist speak, only racist people will hear it.
He literally used.
But they should say it's code of speak, what it really is.
Yeah, but I don't understand where the dog whistle is. He literally uses "Make America Great Again," which was the literal, not non-literal, like the literal fucking word that the American Nazi Party used back in the fucking 1920s. But it was like literally printed on their shit, and he used the exact same thing. How do people not?
A lot of people in America don't know all that stuff. It's like when he talked about this: "If they loot, we shoot." That goes back to a Southern saying that was used in racist times. When he said "Get the dogs," that goes back to a racial time for a lot of black people or people of color. So, to people saying that's the dog whistles, it's what they're saying because it's a coded word. Now, people that are educated, they know that. Like I was saying, how if we all, but we don't all. I don't. Everybody hears that. That's the problem. You know, me, you, Swami, we're probably in that upper 10, 15% that actually pay attention to shit. Most people don't understand it, and that's why they're calling it dog whistle. Or it's just we have so many people that are that common denominator now. I said this years ago. America's becoming more ignorant every year by year.
Well, I think America is more of a more representation of the movie Idiocracy than any country in the world. To be honest with you, I really do. If you take a look at how we take and view our fucking politics, number one, we had a fucking Trump. Number one, he was a businessman. Yes, he did own his own fucking company. But what do people know Trump for? It's not for all of that. People knew Trump because
six
of what?
bankruptcies. You put a guy with 6 bankruptcies in charge.
What they knew, what they didn't know, but they didn't know Trump. But they didn't most.
They know from The Apprentice. A lot of people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he was a fucking TV reality star. We have a TV reality star becoming the fucking president of the United States. You take a look. You take a look at Idiocracy and how they did the fucking did their fucking elections. It's basically the same goddamn thing.
Yeah, but it's not just America. So you guys got to stop taking the brunt of the shit because you look at Brazil. Brazil elected a fucking literal neo-Nazi fascist.
Yeah, they did that.
Right,
somebody who don't give a shit about that.
England elected Boris, who is an intelligent version of Trump. He's just a guy that can actually speak.
Yeah.
Fucking, you look at Australia, who's had fucking the most racist government.
What
20 years. So
people elect people like they're still elected for school class president or the prom king or queen.
Well, you take a look at places like the UK. The UK has had a big push in nationalism since they started accepting. Cheers to you. Thanks for coming in. You take a look at places like the UK. The UK, if you take a look at their fucking, like especially the immigration for the last 20 years, a lot of the immigration has come from the Middle East. A lot of immigration comes from like places like Palestine, Syria, places like that.
Actually, the number one immigrants that go to Britain are actually Polish.
Outside of fucking the Poles, the fucking Polacks, goddamn ignorant motherfuckers. Outside of them, fucking thank you. I guess they figured their fucking ancestor might be there. Just King of Normandy or whatever fucking went over there. Whatever it was, I can't remember right now because I've had too many fucking beers. But anyways,
no.
Cheers to you. When is the memorial to the Grenfell Tower supposed to be? Because I'd like to take, and if there's something going on YouTube, I'd love to take it. Just even if it's just watched, because a lot of people they look at the UK as like, oh yeah, they're advanced, blah blah blah. And they still have ingrained fucking racism going on there.
I mentioned it to Rod. We were on a show with one of his friends who's from England, and said, Rod, you should move to Britain. And I said, why would Rod move to Britain? They can't even keep their own princess in fucking Britain. She had to move to Canada to get the fuck out of there because she's like 1/10 black, and the queen was like fucking ripping on her all the goddamn time. And she like fucking left with her son, and they moved to Victoria. Now they're living in LA because Victoria's not cool enough for them. So they moved to LA where they could be more hip or whatever. But like,
I'll be honest with you, I think a lot of that's. I would say I think a lot of that's Meghan Markle, but the fact of the matter is, if you take a look at Prince Harry before he got married, he was a fucking rebel as far as royalty is concerned over there. That motherfucker was pissing in public. You know what I'm saying? He's just one of those people that's like, they're like.
Well, he did that Nazi uniform for one of the Halloween parties.
Yeah. And the nobility over there in the UK were like, oh my god, and that's just who he the fuck is. You know, he's like, fuck this shit, because you got to think the nobility over there is pretty much he probably blames his mother's death on them.
All I know is that most Canadians can give a fuck. We don't care about the royal family at all.
I'll be right back.
They're just.
I'm actually going to jump off because I got to get up in the morning. But
all right, well, Rod, it was. It's not my.
Oh, Alan comes back before I leave.
Yeah, it's not my channel. I'm like, it was a pleasure having you on, not my channel.
Beer Hound drinking some Old English 800.
I can give a fuck about the Queen, honestly. I don't like that she's on my money. I get really fucking annoyed by that, by the way. Every fucking time I look at my money and I see her cunt face, I get really annoyed.
That's why I always joke about here, because they always have the coverage of the Royals doing stuff. I'm like, didn't America like break away? Like they didn't want to be in it. Why do we show so much on the Royals?
The only thing I like about fucking England is the country that you won't let go of, and that's Scotland, because they got my scotch.
Yeah.
And that's about it. All right.
There's nothing wrong with some scotch. Ron Burgundy likes scotch. Scotch.
Yeah, scotch is scotch. Oh, it was a cool conversation, though, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, Alan had to go pee again or what? He's got a baby bladder.
Seriously, it's like his 8th time.
Rod, you can't go anywhere. You got to take and tell your job tomorrow. Fuck you. I took and stayed up and talking to 2 coolest motherfuckers in the world. So.
I got to get up early. I'm about to jump off. But I didn't want to leave without you coming back first. So.
But we can all leave together. How's that? How about we just turn this off and we'll talk behind off air?
That sounds good.
All
so, right. And this seems like a good stopping point, which I'll say we do this Tuesdays at 9:00. I'm supposed to start having the sports talk again on this channel, which I'm probably going to move it to a different channel.
If you do a hockey night, invite me on. But,
no, I was going to say we could, Swami, regardless of anybody else, me and you could take and do this like every Wednesday at like 9:30.
I got no problem with it. I love talking politics. I love talking anything that makes people uncomfortable. Look at Rod. He's so uncomfortable. He wants to go off. He's like, fuck this shit.
Oh, I got to go to work in the morning.
Yeah. Semantics. We get it. Thanks everybody that stopped by. So Swami, I say about every Wednesday, we take it to 9:30 at night. We take and just talk politics or whatever the fuck comes up.
Yeah. I'm free till the 22nd. Once the 22nd, I'm back at work and I'm back to slinging fucking beers to fucking slackjaw cocksuckers. And I miss them. I miss fucking working so bad. I can't wait.
Well, I was gonna say, well, at that point, at the 22nd of this month.
22nd of this month, but I might still have Tuesdays off. I don't know what's gonna happen. It could happen like what happened in Florida.
It's like next Monday, 22nd.
We reopen and then a week later we close up again, like Florida.
Well, it's only been a few spots in Florida though.
But Florida, the flaccid penis.
Which I don't know if y'all realized, but yesterday we had a DDoS attack on all fucking major cell phone carriers, and the places that had the major outages were places that had not only the riots and stuff like that happen, but also major COVID cases pop back up. So
it was something with T-Mobile, right? Wasn't it, or something?
Oh no, it was T-Mobile, it was Sprint, It was Verizon, it was all of them.
Because I had no issues yesterday, but people were telling me they were.
All I gotta say is America #1, man, #1. You guys rock again. #1 in COVID cases, #1 in deaths, #1. America exceptionalism lives on. Keep it going. You guys fucking rule.
Nobody fucking asked you, Swami. Shut the fuck up.
Keep it up.
Just wherever America goes, Canada goes. So
our COVID's finished now. It's like literally done. We're down to like literally like 2 cases a day now.
So maybe since you go back to work on the 22nd,
I'm gonna be so fucking mad if Trudeau opens up the border to you Yanks though. Like I'm literally gonna run up to Parliament and fucking nut punch him. If he
nobody's dissing the UK. Nobody's dissing the UK. We're pointing out stuff that I'm pointing out stuff that people on my reaction channel has took and told me about the UK and the rappers that you have there.
I don't give a fuck about the UK. You guys eat the worst food ever. Seriously, what the fuck is the deal with your fucking food? Like, you just look at it, but what will make people?
Oh shit!
That's me.
Oh, that was the other night. Okay.
So I say we do this. So since you go back to work on the 22nd, I say we do this again Sunday night if you don't have anything planned, Swami. 9:30 Sunday night.
Sunday night's usually HBO night for me and my wife, but HBO sucks now, so I'll definitely.
So this Sunday is Perry Mason starts, but
oh well, I can miss that.
That's the dude from The Americans, though. He's a pretty good actor.
Alex says,
it's
"What's
not
up?"
an old Perry Mason; it's young Perry Mason. What's up, Alex?
All I know is that The Watchmen is off air till next year, and that's the only show I still watch on HBO. So
I watch Nosferatu. That starts Sunday.
Nosferatu on HBO?
AMC. The series.
Oh,
nice.
Did you watch the Dracula series on Netflix? That was pretty badass.
No, I didn't see that.
I need to see it.
It was like a 4-parter. It was really good.
Jag Dev, nobody, like I said, nobody's dissing the UK except for him. But You know,
but he's Canadian, so
yeah, he's Canadian, so he's descended from y'all somewhere down the fucking line.
I'm first generation Canuck. My father.
Oh,
my
well
father,
then
my mother's from Italy, and they decided to bone. And
he lives in a country that was founded by. He was lived in another country that was founded by y'all, since y'all, imperialism and colonialism. Since the UK loves imperialism and colonialism so much, he lives in a country that was founded by y'all. So, they didn't really win their independence. England was just like, fuck it, we don't give a shit about y'all no more.
they said, you take them with America.
So
we won't take them, but we'll protect them.
We gotta keep the old fucking ugly ass hag with the fucking baked beans looking teeth on our money. Fucking, that's the only problem. But why can't you guys get dentistry right in England? That's one thing I gotta ask. Like, what's the deal? But come on, guys, your teeth are fucking idiots. Let's go.
And Jagdev, yeah, thanks for stopping in. We appreciate it. That being said, for Rod J and for Swami, I'm the Eclectic Beard. Thank you all for joining. Y'all have a lovely one. Peace.
This means twat in Britain, I think.
Oh my God.